E.
Uh, Hello everyone. How do you start one of these
Oh,
things?
I don't know. How do you want to start one of these things? Oh my god. Oh, wrong dog. Wrong freaking. I knew it. I'm on the wrong fucking screen.
It ain't a stream without some scuff.
Exactly. That is the wrong fucking. I am so done. I am so done.
Hi Sodan.
I am going. Are you not going to introduce the
So,
chat what we're doing?
hello everyone. I'm Mateo, and this is my good friend Cel. And today, well, we are going to be reading some SCP entries for you guys. So,
Yeah.
the thing is, about a week or two ago, I started telling Cel about SCPs, and I think, well, you've heard about them, right, before?
Yeah, I've heard about like the more popular ones, but I never really read them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And so I decided to start sending her like a few of them over the past few weeks. I was like, oh, here, read this one. Oh, this one is a good starter one. I sent her a few SCP entries, some of the more popular ones. And okay, guys, I have to tell you, she reads incredibly fast. Like, I have no. There was freaking, what do you call it? What was that? I forgot.
I forgot, but there was one where I read it
Yeah,
super
I
fast.
think
And
it was
like, oh, I'm
SCP
gonna be done with it.
3211, where you only had. Oh no, was it? Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the one that only had 6 minutes to read it, right? I
you only
finished
have 6 minutes
it on
to
the
read
clock.
it. Uh, when I first read it, it took me 6 minutes to get like maybe 80% of the way, right? And like I had to like, oh wow, I screenshotted the last in the last like half minute. I screenshotted everything I haven't read yet just to be sure. And then this girl, I sent her the SCP, and I was like, okay, just letting you know, this thing has a timer. She finishes
I
in like with like 4 minutes left to spare.
Yeah, I remember I was like, oh okay, I'm gonna just catch it. I'm just gonna like, quickly just read it. Then he was just like, oh it's okay, no rush, you have 6 minutes. And I think like by the 1 minute 40 second like mark of like the timer starting, I was just like, oh wait, I'm done with the art. I'm not done with the whole
Yeah,
thing.
so she just sat there.
Like details and everything, by the way.
she she sat there twiddling her thumbs for 4 minutes, and she said, I think you messaged me. I was like, oh, you finished with like 2 minutes to go. No, she finished in 2 minutes. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah. And you were like, are you sure you read all the details? And I was like, yeah. And I could literally like I think I could literally give you like the same details that you read within
Yeah.
that small thing.
God. Yeah, a good read is indeed a good read. However, I will say though, the way I read SCPs, I'm a slow reader because I also like read them at like actual like talking speed. Because like I like to imagine the voices as well. And you know, sometimes just for fun, I also like completely voice them out just to myself. I read them out loud because it just sounds so cool to me. In any case, so I showed her some of the more basic SCPs. Which ones do you remember that I sent you?
I remember there was the one. I remember there was some of the boat, like the one where they got lost, like in the
Oh
Lindenau.
yeah. Oh man, I forgot that one. That one was new to me too. We read that at the same time.
Oh yeah, I finished like 5 minutes before you.
Yeah, you finished so fast.
Yeah, and there was also the IKEA one because I remember.
Oh yeah,
I remember
the
you
Infinite
sent it to me. And I
IKEA
was,
SCP.
yeah, and you sent it to me. I was just like, wait, there's a game. There's a game like that. Wasn't
Yeah.
it? Like game inspired, right? I was like,
Uh
damn.
oh man, one of these days I
Yeah.
have to. Oh man, I should probably prepare a primer for you for. I think it was SCP 5000.
Eh?
Yeah, eventually. Okay, that might be our next episode after this. Of course, we're gonna have more episodes after this because this honestly feels fun. But like, basically, SCP 5000 is a hard to digest SCP just because it references a lot of other SCP.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I want to read it more now. Jesus Christ.
yeah. I'll have to prepare like a primer of like, oh, suggested reading before we're reading this one.
I remember there's only one other one where you like you were like, oh, this article I'm gonna send you, but inside there's like at least 1,000 more SCPs.
Yeah,
That was the only one I remember.
682. It was the really angry crocodile reptile thing.
The slug that hates everyone.
Yeah. And then I sent you SCP. I forgot it's hard to remember the exact numbers oftentimes. There was
the one
the happy
the one where
slime.
the 4 pixels too.
Oh, yeah, SCP-96. The shy guy is what he's called.
Oh, shy guy.
Yeah.
Not this is the other shy guy.
And then there was the happy slime SCP.
Cutie! I loved it so much. I was just like, bro, I'm gonna protect that shit with my life.
Yeah. And the other wholesome one, which was yet another murder monster SCP.
No, how dare they? How fucking dare they? That is my son right there, okay? That is my son now. That is my son. I'm adopting it, I'm kidnapping it, I am putting it in a good enclosure. No harm shall come its way. I've only had him for like a day and a half, but if anything ever happened to him, I'm going to shoot everyone in this building and then myself.
It was good. It's like he said his first word today, salt. We are all immensely proud.
Yes. Wait, which one was the one that wait, no, that was the other one, wasn't it? The one that they taught it how to cook adobo.
Yeah, it's the same one. It's the same one.
Oh, wait, it was the slime?
No. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was yet another murder monster separate from the slime.
Oh yeah. No, okay, that is still my son. I'm adopting both of them.
Yeah.
He spelled salt with my son now. He knows peak. He knows fucking peak.
Okay. So wait, let me try and remember. There were a few SCPs that are what's it called?
What's it called?
Memetic SCPs, right? And these are SCPs that have specific effects essentially on like cognition and memory, right?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what memetics basically talks about, right? And where knowing about a thing, or rather, it's very specific about like knowing a thing, right? Having memory of an object, memetics, coming from the word mnemonics, I think, from the Greek root, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I think one good example I think of a memetic SCP or like has memetic properties is SCP 2521, and I've sent you that one.
Which one?
Yeah,
oh wait,
that's
is it
the one with all the photos.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's a thing where it's like once you know a thing and like put it out there, essentially, it sort of like propagates in a sense, or like it the very existence of it has power essentially. Like speaking it, writing it essentially gives it power, right? Or like connection essentially. Yeah. Now, today I am going to give you what's called in the SCP community as the Antimemetics Division Hub.
Ooh.
Now, a large part of this, it's a tale series essentially. So to separate out, like, so there's SCP entries itself that are like very specific, right? Like they have a specific format. It's like a document, right? And then you have your tales. The tales themselves are pretty free flowing format. They're not considered actual SCP entries, but are like story entries essentially. You'll find that there are some SCPs that have their separate tales essentially. There's actually a funny one I remember where it was like a listening station where what's it called? They had a tale where basically a bunch of researchers pranked another researcher into thinking doomsday was gonna happen. It was just kind of funny, not gonna lie.
They trolled him. They absolutely trolled him.
Yeah, they fucking trolled him. Anyway, it was like a New Year's prank for some reason. In any case.
My God.
Now, here's the thing. I have sent you an anti-memetic SCP before.
Which one?
It's
which one?
It's the 6 minutes one actually.
Oh, the the one where I can't remember what it actually is.
Yes, exactly. Where like we all agree it's there, but we can't agree what we remember it to be.
Yeah,
Essentially.
exactly. We can't remember it.
Yeah. Like it has an effect on memories and specifically making people sort of forget essentially stuff about it. Yeah.
Ah.
Oh my god, there's motorcycles outside my house. In any case, a counter. Oh wait, sorry. I said 2521 was a good mimetic SCP. An actual great mimetic SCP is actually the toaster.
Oh, hey.
Uh, SCP 426. It's the one that talks about me, the toaster.
Oh yeah, the one that talks about me.
Yeah. I'm an SCP that basically, whenever someone attempts to describe me, I can only be referred to in the first person. This kind of breaks my brain to actually like try.
Or it breaks my mind. I remember when you first started talking about me to me. I was so confused until I realized you were talking about me, and I was just like, oh, so you were talking about me this
Yeah,
entire time.
exactly. Basically, I'm an SCP that it's impossible to talk about me without referring to me in the first person. Yeah. Just look up SCP-426 if you guys are curious about what I am. Here, actually, for those of you curious, here is my suggested reading for the future. But this is actually a good example of a mimetic SCP. It like messes with your brain in a way that like it sticks to you, right? Like you can't get it out, right? Antimemetic SCPs are more like ideas you can't keep in, right? Now, one last question. Have you ever watched Doctor Who?
Bits and pieces of it, but never really the full thing, I guess.
Are you familiar with the silence in Doctor Who?
You gotta jog my memory. This one I actually don't remember.
Now I would have to jog your memory because they were basically a faction in Doctor Who, an organization where basically any memory or knowledge you have of them only exists while you're looking at one.
Oh, kind of like the Weeping Angels?
Not quite, because Weeping Angels they don't affect memory. But the silence, if you look at the member of the silence, you know what like any knowledge you have of the silence, it only retains while you're looking at one. So like you look at a silence, you see what they look like, you remember what they are, but as soon as like you stop looking at one, you completely forget they even exist, what they are, everything. And it's only once you look at them again that you remember everything.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wait, that sounds cool. What the fuck?
Yeah. Now, of course, Doctor Who is nowhere near related to SCPs, but personally, that's like a good version in fiction of like what would be something that has anti-memetic properties. You guys should rewatch Doctor Who. I wanna rewatch Doctor Who, not gonna lie. At least from 9th Doctor onwards. I'm not really fond of the older ones.
Oh my god, my chat is so confused about when we were talking about me as SCP-426.
Okay, fine. Let me break the immersion. Basically, SCP-426 is a toaster. And the only the main special property it has is that when you're talking about it or describing it, you can only refer to it in the first person.
Yeah.
As if you're the toaster, basically. But in any case,
the first time I read it.
Yeah, go.
First time I read it, I finished reading it and I went back. I was just like, oh, I finished reading it. That was so cool. And he started fucking talking in the first. So I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it took me like 2 seconds to realize, oh, this bitch is pretending this bitch is following the canon.
Yeah, like I had sent her the article and I said, oh, I'm a really interesting SCP. I'm sure you'll have a great time reading my entry. And you were like, and you just responded, it's like, okay, I'll read it in a bit. And then after you read it, it's like, I see what you fucking did there.
Because I was like, I think I was like doing something while you were sending them to me. I forgot. I think I was playing a game or something. I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it. Give me a moment. Have a good night, Arnie.
Okay, lurk well. Okay, I have okay. So this anti-memetic rabbit hole that I've been putting Cell in is a really good tale series by a user named Quantum. It's spelled QNTM, but you know Quantum. And he wrote like a lot of these tales essentially, and they're just really well written, to be honest, as like full tales. Now, I have read through this before. Disclaimer to everyone. And like I've copy pasted them into a special Google Docs for the two of us, where I have given each of us special speaking parts, and we will be scrolling through. Yeah, we will be scrolling through them as well. Oh yeah, I'm aware I'm in just chatting. There's not really a category for this, to be honest. I don't think there is. Is there a category for what we're doing? Is this podcasting? Are we podcasting?
I mean, we can't take it as a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not exactly a game or anything, so it's literally just us reading stuff and then chatting. So I think just chatting is fine.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So yeah. And as for Cell, I think you mentioned you may have read SCP-55 at one point.
I think I read like the first 2 paragraphs, but I don't really remember anything. I don't really remember. The only thing that like made me like familiar, I was like, wait, I think I read this before. It's because of the special containment procedures.
Ah.
Like that jogged my memory. Other than that, I don't remember any details at all. I think it's just because I read it. Like
I may have messed up. I forgot to start recording as well as streaming, but that's fine. I only need the recordings for when we're actually reading the entries.
Yeah.
Okay, without further ado, we're switching up to after yapping for a full 20 minutes, we're switching it up to our actual SCP. I have okay.
I was on the SCP page the entire time.
Yeah. There's like okay, the first sort of like volume of this is like 6 entries total. I've compiled the first 4 entries, I think. Yeah. Compiled the first 4, and I think that's more than enough for what we need. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to finish all of it, but we shall see.
I don't think we
with the amount of yapping we can produce, I swear.
I think like one episode of 86 took us 3 hours the other day.
I think one of the episodes of 86 at one point we yapped for like 5 hours afterwards.
Yeah, I think it was the ending of Art 1, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
5 hours. Jesus Christ.
No. I think it was the 7th episode.
Oh yeah, because I was like fucking crying over it.
All right.
I was sobbing over it.
In any case, let me move on to my next screen.
Ikuzo.
And we are beginning. Now, this is the first entry, or as I recall in the Antimemetics Division Hub. This is the what's it called? Background reading for the tales that we will be reading. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started.
Wait, Mateo, how much VAing experience do you have?
None.
Me too. We both have no VAing experience, but we are
Let's
going
go.
to fucking college.
The S and SCP stands for scuff.
Both your streamers are just like, you know what? Yep, we're gonna do this. Both of us absolutely no VAing experience, but we fucking ball because we like doing what we do. We fucking ball. Okay.
All right. It starts with you.
I don't know what voice to use for this. Jesus Christ! I'm just gonna use like a fucking like, robotic ass voice.
Yeah, robotic, monotone. Government. This is government document reading electronic.
Item SCP-055. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. Object is kept within a 5x5 by 2.5 meter square room constructed of cement, 50 centimeter thickness, with a Faraday cage surrounding the cement walls. Access is via a heavy containment door measuring 2 by 2.5 meters, constructed on bearings to ensure door closes and locks automatically unless held open deliberately. Security guards are not to be posted outside SCP-055's room. It is further advised that all personnel maintaining or studying other SCP objects in the vicinity try to maintain a distance of at least 50 meters from the geometric center of the room, as long as this is reasonably practical.
Description: SCP-055 is a self-keeping secret or anti-meme. Information about SCP-055's physical appearances as well as its nature, behavior, and origins is self-classifying. To clarify, how Site-19 originally acquired SCP-055 is unknown. When SCP-055 was obtained and by whom is unknown. SCP-055's physical appearance is unknown. It is not indescribable or invisible. Individuals are perfectly capable of entering SCP-055's container and observing it, taking mental or written notes, making sketches, taking photographs, and even making audio-video recordings. An extensive log of such observations is on file. However, information about SCP-055's physical appearance leaks out of a human mind soon after such an observation. Individuals tasked with describing SCP-055 afterwards find their minds wandering and lose interest in the task. Individuals tasked with sketching a copy of a photograph of SCP-055 are unable to remember what the photograph looks like, as are researchers overseeing these tests. Security personnel who have observed SCP-055 via closed-circuit television cameras emerge after a full shift, exhausted, and effectively amnesiac about the events of the previous hours. Who authorized the construction of SCP-055's containment room, why it was constructed in this way, or what purpose of the described containment procedures may be, are all unknown. Despite SCP-055's container being easily accessible, all personnel at Site-19 claim no knowledge of SCP-055's existence when challenged. All of these facts are periodically rediscovered, usually by chance readers of this file, causing a great deal of alarm. This state of concern lasts minutes at most, before the matter is simply forgotten about. A great deal of scientific data has been recorded from SCP-055 but cannot be studied. At least one attempt has been made to destroy SCP-055 or possibly move it from containment at Site-19 to another site, meeting failure for reasons unknown. SCP-055 may present a major physical threat, and indeed may have killed many hundreds of personnel, and we would not know it. Certainly, it presents a gigantic memetic mental threat, hence its Keter classification.
Document 0551, an analysis of SCP-055. The author puts forward the hypothesis that SCP-055 was never formally acquired by, and is in fact an autonomous or remotely controlled agent, inserted at Site-19 by an unidentified third party for one or all of the following purposes: to silently observe or interfere with activities at Site-19, to silently observe or interfere with activities at other SCP locations, to silently observe or interfere with activities of humanity worldwide, to silently observe or interfere with other SCP objects, to silently observe or interfere with. No action to counter any of these potential threats is suggested, or indeed theoretically possible.
Addendum A. Hey, if this thing really is an anti-meme, why doesn't the fact that it's an anti-meme get wiped? We gotta be wrong about this somehow. Wait a minute. What if we were to keep notes about what it isn't? Would we remember those? Bartholomew Hughes, NSA.
Document 0552, report of Dr. John Marachek. Survey Team 19-05-127 BXE was successfully able to enter SCP-055's container and a certain appearance and, to some degree, the nature of the object. Notes were taken according to the project methodology, see redacted, after which the container was sealed again. Excerpt from a transcript of personnel debriefing between Dr. Hughes and redacted as follows.
Okay, I'm gonna need to ask you some questions about number 55 now.
Number what?
SCP Object 55. The object you just examined.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think we have a 55.
Okay then. I'd like you to tell me what you've been doing for the past 2 hours.
What? Uh, I don't know.
Okay, then do you remember that we all agreed that it wasn't spherical?
That what wasn't? Oh, right! It isn't round at all. Object 55 isn't round.
So you remember it now?
Well, no, I mean, I don't know what it is, but I know there is one. It's something you can't remember. And it's not a sphere.
Wait a minute. What's not a sphere?
Object 55?
Object what?
Doc, do you remember agreeing that something wasn't shaped like a sphere?
Oh, right.
It appears to be possible to remember what SCP-055 is not, negations of fact, and to repeatedly deduce its existence from these memories. Personnel involved in Survey 19-055-127BXD reported moderate levels of disorientation and psychological trauma associated with cycles of repeated memory and forgetfulness of SCP-055. However, no long-term behavioral or health problems were observed, and psych assessments of survey personnel showed consistent reports of this distress fading over time. Recommendations: it may be worthwhile to post at least one staff member capable of remembering the existence of SCP-055 to each critical site.
Alright. Let's go!
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
totally
the first entry. SCP-055.
Yo, what the fuck?
Your thoughts so far on this?
I am still thinking about it. Wait, what do you mean? There's nothing you're talking about. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's okay. It's okay.
What are you
We're taking Nestic medication. It's fine. We're clear for this.
Yo, what the fuck? We're clear. But, yo, what the? The fact that they don't even fucking remember afterwards, I'm like, what?
Wait, let's go through chat for a bit because there was a lot of chats in between. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hi, Grandma Red. Hi,
Hey,
Grandma
DJ.
Red.
Are you afraid of the dark vibes?
Hey.
Oh, wait.
Ooh.
The TV series. Man, it's been a while since I've heard of that one.
I've never heard of that one. Now this is peak content, I know, right?
Yeah.
You can thank Mateo for this.
I just wanted, honestly, originally I was just thinking, hey, I'm gonna read you some of these for some time because I like reading these. And it's like, wait, what if we streamed it?
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
Literally
DJ, what are you? What?
DJ wants my blush toggle.
No, it's because he misspelled.
Oh, whole grammar ready.
Not like this. Just need a
Always
campfire
like
in the dark to sit around. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so thoughts on
funny.
55.
No, the dialogue's so funny. Just like, what's not a sphere? It's like, yo, dude.
They're just
not
they're actively forgetting it as they're trying to fucking figure things out.
Yeah, it's like a fucking like cycle. They're never going to. They're never gonna make it past this discussion. They're never gonna make it past. They just be like, what's not a sphere? Object 55. What's object 55? The thing that you said is not a sphere. What thing are you talking about again? You're stuck. You're stuck in the cycle.
My favorite part is, of course, the what's it called? The note in which they say that usually knowledge of 55 is just stumbled upon by Foundation members, and that's how they fucking learn a little bit more every single time, is just when someone stumbles upon the room or the documents and they're like, wait, hold on a minute. That someone sounds like
Anyway,
is like, oh god, I need to warn people. This thing is dangerous. As soon as they're on the hallway, they're like, what was I doing again?
bro, that's me every time I walk into a room and I'm like, wait, what the fuck was I supposed to do again? Maybe I was supposed to think of SCP-055.
The funny thing is, I actually ran into this thing, SCP-055,
Really?
not because I was looking for the anti-memetic specifically, but as a consequence of reading through SCP-5000.
Wait, really?
Yeah, SCP-5000 mentions SCP-055 as part of it.
Ooh.
Just to show you just how fucking insane SCP-5000 is. Later is just this entire rabbit hole is just a subplot in that one. So it's like it sent me in through a whole rabbit hole, and I haven't come back to 5000 since. I haven't finished that one.
And when did you start 5000?
Long time ago. I want to get back into it. Like, part of me just wants to like go through it, click all the links for SCPs, and then read all of them, and then go back to 5000. But in any case, this thing is long, honestly. Like, I sent Cell this document. It's like 29 pages. Actually more, since I moved some things around, but otherwise it's around 29 pages worth text.
Yep.
But yeah, wait, hold on.
I remember when he sent it, I was just like, Jesus Christ, it's 29 pages. What the?
And like the interesting thing is they are able to like make massive amounts of data, like recorded data on it, but it's practically useless because they can't keep it in their heads. Like they can keep it on paper, they can keep like recordings of it, but like what's the use if no one remembers, right? How do you contain a thing that everyone forgets exists?
You can't. It's just fucking lost forever. And just someone just randomly has like a jogged memory of it again.
I could have sworn there was like a list of like I could have sworn they had a list before where it was just a list of like, oh, this is all the things that SCP-55 isn't. But I guess I'm wrong about that.
No, it's just not a sphere.
Yeah.
It's just not a sphere.
Yeah, like I could have sworn there was something that's like, oh, it's not green. I could be wrong.
Is that the one for the chocolate?
No. I think it might be because it's part of like SCP-5000 at one point. They expanded on it a little bit, but not by much.
Oh. Yeah, you see, Jesse gets it. All I know is that whatever it is, it's not a sphere.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's not a fucking sphere.
Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about?
I don't know. What were we talking about?
I have no clue. Oh, look, there's a document. I think we were supposed to read some stuff. But before that,
yeah, I think
let's take a quick break. I need to hydrate and I need to yeah, bathroom. Be right back. Keep chat entertained, Cell.
Okay, hi chat. Hi my own chat and Mateo's chat. Hello. So yeah, we're doing this. Honestly, you know how this what was I saying? Yeah, I also don't know what were we talking about, chat. But yeah, essentially this project was literally the toggle's already on, EJ. I'm blushing. I did the log already. You have 3 more minutes on the clock. But yeah, this project was essentially just because Mateo kept sending me SCPs in the dead of night, and I would like read them, and we would just like have a little yapatron about it. It's nice. Oh yeah, what's not a sphere, Jesse? What's not a sphere? I don't know what you're talking about. Or is it? I don't know. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What's not a sphere? What's not a sphere?
I am back. What's a sphere?
I don't know. What is a sphere?
Oh. It's a shape.
What's not a sphere? But what's not a sphere?
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway, let's drop the bit for now.
This has become like my article all over again, you know?
Oh, right. Also, we're also recording this, or at least I'm recording this with like separate tracks for like our audios. And hopefully, and you know, give us time to like if we want to retake some of the lines, we can retake it.
Yeah.
You know, hypothetically.
That is not gonna be a hypothetical.
No, I was making a joke because you stumbled on hypothetically.
Oh, fuck you. I stumbled. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Hypothetically, if I stumbled on hypothetically, is this still hypothetical?
All right. We are gonna start on the next one. Have you read the notes I sent on the top?
No.
Yeah, just read it real quick. It's just 1 minute. It's 1 minute. It's just a sentence.
Which one? Which one? Is it the one that you're on? Oh, okay.
The one I
okay,
highlighted.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see it. Is this where this one we need to talk about 55?
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next article.
Oh my god.
We need to talk about 55. Whenever you're ready.
You gave me a character that I have no idea how to do. Can I smoke?
This time, the receptionist narrows her eyes at Marion. No, she says. You can't smoke anywhere on Site 200. Just because it's an administration building doesn't mean we don't have lungs or labor laws.
Marion notices the exasperation on the young woman's face. I have still that before, haven't I?
Twice in the last quarter hour. You must really need a smoke. She's genuinely puzzled at the repeated question, and she's doing a bad job of concealing her puzzlement.
You think this is like memento, don't you? Marion offers charitably. You think I'm no longer married? And if we just stay in one place for too long, I forget why I'm there.
Okay, wait, before we continue. It's a bit too hyper, I think.
I don't know how to do. Yeah, I will load it.
Chill, confident, like
chill.
Professional. But like with some snark.
Alright. We go. We fucking bug.
Okay, we continue. The receptionist is only just old enough to remember that film. I guess. Marion smiles sympathetically and shakes her head. It's nothing so simple. Minutes pass. She toys obsessively with her lighter. She's turning 50 this year and slowly graying, well on her way out of petite and towards little old lady. In her bag, her phone beeps because it's time for a pill, but she tells it to remind her later. There's a slight tremble in her fingers, but that's not age-based infirmity. That's just ordinary nerves. She's nervous because she's here to meet an 05, and 05s are scary. 05s never want to see you for a small thing. It's the end of the world, or nothing. Finally, 40 minutes late, the door to the inner office opens. 4 or 5 high-ranked foundationers spill out, carrying laptops or briefcases. As a group, they head straight past reception and out to cars which are waiting. Marion recognizes a few of the faces. The Site 19 site director, the head recruiter for Western Europe, none of them glance in her direction. Once they're gone, 05-8's assistant pokes his head around the door. He's 20-something, improbably youthful, like a teenager stuffed into one of his dad's business shirts. His haircut is barely regulation. In one hand, he holds a tablet computer showing his boss's daily planner. It's packed. The man evidently does not sleep. Marion, you can come through now.
The office door closes behind him with an unusually heavy mechanical clunk, as if the whole thing is part of a machine built into the office walls. When Marion takes the indicated chair and sets her back down, the assistant turns and does some confusing additional things to the door, causing it to make several further strange noises. 05s have non-trivial privacy and security requirements. The office is spacious, but somewhat contrived to be dark, despite 2 big corners of window and broad daylight outside. The walls are bookshelves and dark wood paneling, perfectly stylish, but a style away from the 90s. A little worn, and not yet old enough to be fashionable again. As for the fellow behind the desk, well, an 05 never looks like you imagine. Marion takes a deep breath. So, what's the topic? All I got was the meeting invitation. No agenda or subject. I mean, when 05 says jump, you jump, but... Looking to the right, She notices that the assistant, without saying anything or making any undue noise, has set his tablet down on the table, produced a gun, and aimed it at her head. Marion stops talking. She sits still in a chair for a little while, absorbing the change of pace, letting her heart rate rise to a hummingbirds and then start to flatten again. Okay, she hazards. She licks her lips and grips the armrest, otherwise staying perfectly still, waiting for another prompt. The assistant's face is totally neutral now. Like, this is just how meetings go. Maybe it is for people up here.
So, who are you? 05-8 asks her.
Marion blinks. What? Oh, God.
Let me rephrase. Marion Wheeler, 49, with loving husband and 2 boys in tow, likes camping, hiking, ornithology, boring mother with perfect airtight background and financials, as far back as we can imagine. And you've got full foundation credentials which we've never issued, including access to a list of installations and rooms which some of these locations don't exist, or were torn down decades ago. At least one hasn't been built yet, yet you've got the front door key to it. That's before we get to your SCP access control lists, which I can only term as egregious. So, you're a spy, and your objectives are misaligned with ours. And Clay wanted to cut Z3 loose on you, but I was able to bring him around. I talked him to a face-to-face. I thought there was a slim chance that if we locked you in a bomb-proof room and asked politely, you'd have the good sense to spare yourself the rest.
Marion had long since stopped listening. You dullard, she says now she can finally speak. I'm your chief of Antimemetics.
We don't have an Antimemetics division.
Yes, you do. We do.
We have a memetics division, a telecontainment division, fire services, Ops A, B, personnel, D personnel, and 24 others. We don't have an anti-memetics division.
Do we have an irony division? Marion asks. She hesitates hopefully. No? Alright, well, try this. Why do you think the Antimemetics division would show up in the listing?
This is just a cover story, Clay says to the 05, not taking his eyes off Marion. It's a good one, but she's had it worked out in advance. Clay, lose the piece. Grudgingly, Clay does so.
Marion relaxes fractionally. There are SCPs with dangerous memetic properties, she says. There are contagious concepts which require containment just like any physical threat. They get inside your head and ride your mind to reach other minds, right?
Right, the 05-8 says. He could name a score of SCPs fitting this description without even thinking.
There are SCPs with anti-memetic properties. There are ideas which cannot be spread. There are entities and phenomena which harvest and consume information, particularly information about themselves. You take a Polaroid photo of one, it'll never develop. You write a description down with a pen on paper and hand it to someone. But what you've written turns out to be hieroglyphics, and nobody can understand them. Not even you. You can look directly at one, and it won't even be invisible, but you'll still perceive nothing there. Dreams you can't hold on to, and secrets you can never share. And lies. And living conspiracies. It's a conceptual subculture of ideas consuming other ideas and sometimes segments of reality. Sometimes people. Which makes them a threat. That's all there is to it, really. Anti-memes are dangerous, and we don't understand them. Therefore, they are part of the problem. Hence my division. We can do the sideways thinking that is needed to combat something which can literally eat your combat training.
05-8 stares back at her for a long moment. Clay fidgets, disliking and distrusting the story, but the 05 seems more open to the concept. Name one. Name an antimemetic SCP.
SCP-055.
There is no SCP-055.
Again, yes, there is.
There isn't. SCPs aren't assigned sequentially. There are gaps. That number hasn't been assigned. It's not superstition. We have enough to be concerned about without arbitrary numerological mysticism. We have SCP-666, we have SCP-13, but there's no SCP-1, and there's no SCP-55. Clay, you should look at this. He turns his monitor so Clay can see the file that he had just retrieved. Clay bends over and reads it from top to bottom. Stunned, he scrolls back and reads it all a second time. But the file's dated from 2008. It's got all the right flags and signatures. It's keyed and coded. It's real. You've seen this before? Never in my life, as far as I can remember anyway. On the other hand, if the content is accurate, both of us have probably seen it dozens of times. Clay glances at Miriam. This isn't possible.
Marion nearly spits. For Christ's sake, Clay, how long have you been working here?
If this SCP is this powerful...
Yes?
Who wrote the file? The O5 finishes. And for that matter, how was the interview conducted and who is Bartholomew Hughes? And most importantly, how do you, Mrs. Wheeler, retain knowledge of any of this?
Bart Hughes wrote the file. He's dead, Marion says.
What happened to him?
You don't want to know.
There's a very long pause while both O5-8 and his assistant react to this. In fact, they pass through a long, discrete sequence of reactions. Indignation at the seeming rudeness, confusion at Wheeler's incaution in front of sinister superiors, surprise at the magnitude of the claim, pure disbelief, comprehension, and finally, horror. O5-8 asks carefully, what would happen if we did know?
It would happen to you as well. For the rest of your questions, we manage that pharmaceutically. You know we have Class A amnestics for people who very badly need to forget things. Of course you do. Who could forget about Class A anesthetics? Well, in Antimemetics, we have a different pill. For people who need to remember things that would otherwise be impossible to remember. I can't pronounce that word.
Sorry, Nestic. Just ignore the M.
Okay, Nestics. Class W, X, Y, and Z. Same Greek root as the word mnemonic. Same Greek root as the word mnemonic. The M is silent. In her bag, her phone beeps again. With a nod of approval from the O5, Marion reaches into her bag and turns her phone off, acknowledging the prompt this time instead of postponing it. She pulls a blister pack from another pocket and pops the pill out. It's hexagonal and green. She holds it up and is satisfied to see a flicker of recognition on O5-8's face. He's beginning to put it back together. These are Class W nestics, the weakest, suitable for continual use. 2 pills per day. Go down to the site pharmacy and ask. The pharmacists who claim they don't stock any such thing, they are misremembering, tell them to double check.
And now I think I get it. I see why we're having this conversation at all.
Yes, Marion says, popping a second pill out and handing it over to him. It's because you missed a dose. You're supposed to be on these, the same as me and everybody on my staff. It's the only way we can work. You forget to take a pill, and then you forget all the information that the pills were being retained. You forgot why you were taking them, who gave them to you, where to get more. You forgot about me and my entire department. And now I have to bring you to speed.
And if I take this, I'll remember this whole conversation and we won't have to have it again.
Hopefully not.
Should I be taking those? Sorry, kiddo. Need to know. Maybe when you're an O5 yourself. He swallows the pill. Marion swallows hers too. So, What is SCP-55?
SCP-055 is nothing, Mirren says, now relaxing entirely. SCP-055 is, as described in the file, a powerful information autosuppressor. As far as experimentation has uncovered, it can only be defined in negative terms. We can only record what it isn't. We know it isn't safe or lucid.
Euclid.
We know it isn't round. Euclid, fuck. We know it isn't safe for Euclid. We know it isn't round, or square, or green or silver. We know it isn't stupid, and we know it isn't alone. But what we do know is that it's weak. It's weak because it's the only antimemetic agent in our possession, which has a physical entry in the files. We have paper records of the thing. We have containment procedures. It's not safe, which means it's dangerous, but it's contained.
You have procedures. Where?
Marion points at her head.
Then how many other anti-memes are there? How much more dangerous do they get?
10 that I know of. Statistically, probably at least 5 more that I don't know of. This doesn't count the antimemetic entities freely roaming the halls, not under containment. There are at least 2 in this room with us right now. Don't look. I said don't look. It's pointless.
05-8 does an impressive job of controlling himself, keeping his attention focused on Marion. Clay doesn't fare so well, and quickly sweeps the whole room, even checking behind his back, making an ass of himself, essentially. He finds nothing. He looks baffled.
There's an invisible monster which follows me around and likes to eat my memories, Marion explains patiently. SCP-4987. Don't look it up, it's not there. I've learned to manage with it. It's like a demanding pet. I produce tasty memories on purpose so that it doesn't eat anything important, like my passwords or how to make coffee.
And what's the other one? Clay asks.
With another nod from 058, Marion goes to her bag again. This time, she pulls out a gun and shoots Clay twice in the heart.
More aghast than in pain, Clay collapses sharply against the bookcase behind him, pulling his head around to face Marion. He manages. Did you?
Marion stands, aims more carefully and shoots him a third time, this time in the head.
05-8, again, does an impressive job of not reacting. That's Clay's gun, he deadpans. You stole it from him.
It's tricky to steal a firearm this heavy from someone without them noticing, Marion explains, unloading it and carefully setting it down. But stealing a firearm and then stealing the memory of the theft is a little easier. Like I said, a pet. Some pets are dumb enough that they can be trained.
Yes, the 05-8 says evenly. That much I'd guessed, but why?
Because you were supposed to be taking Class W Nestics. You can't skip a dose of Class W Nestics. I've tried. You can postpone a dose, but you can't forget unless someone actively prevents you from taking it. There's only one person who could get close enough to you to do that, and that's your assistant. And remember when I asked him how long he'd be working here?
He didn't answer. I thought you were being rhetorical.
He doesn't work here. He's an anti-meme. Since when do you have an assistant? You don't have an assistant, Brent. Look at this office. It's got one desk. You've got a receptionist outside. She's the one who screens your calls and schedules your meetings. Where does Clay even sit? Where does he fit? Don't blame yourself. You're human, and these things are redaction incarnate. You need to think like a space alien to get around them.
05-8 asks a question which, in any other workplace, would be absurd. Is he dead?
Maybe. I can put his corpse in our research queue, and we'll see what we can see when you open him up. There's a duality here, though. They're like parallel universes sharing the same space. It's conceptual versus concrete, figurative versus physical. It's very unusual for things to cross over. I don't know what Clay was, but he had a human body, which instantly makes him weird, even by our standards. As ever, the search for stalemate continues. I'll let you know if we get any closer.
Any side effect of these pills?
Nausea and dramatically increase the risk of pancreatic cancer. Marion. And very bad dreams.
All right. That's we need to talk about 55, a tail spin-off from SCP-055. How are we feeling?
I'm just thinking about the words I fucked up.
That's okay. It's
I was like, oh
alright.
wait. Shit.
It's alright. We'll
Grandma
fix
give us
it. We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post. Nothing ever happened, chat. Nothing ever happened.
What do you think of the story so far?
Hey, yo, I actually didn't expect that Clay was the antimemetic.
Yeah.
I didn't expect. I was just like, what?
I really like it when like there's like short stories where it's like the thing doesn't click for you until the end, and when she tries to explain to him, it's like, you don't have an assistant, you dumbass.
Yeah, just like, you don't even fucking have space for said assistant. Why would you have an assistant next to you? What the fuck? What? Like, are you that slow? Are you that slow?
So that's why I was remembering that SCP-55 wasn't green or silver. Because this
What's from here?
Yeah, it was from here. Yeah. Damn.
It's not green. Wait, let me read that list again. Let me read that fucking list
I
again.
think it's not spherical, it's not square, it's not green, it's not silver.
What the fuck is it then? It's something.
It's something. It's SCP-55.
It's a CP55 and we'll never know what the fuck it is except for the fact that it's not a fucking sphere. Well, it's green, apparently. It's so specific that I'm not green. Don't you fucking think that I'm green?
What?
So it's like, okay, you're not gonna remember what I am, but please just remember I'm not fucking green.
So there's a part here where they're talking about amnestics and nestics, right?
Mhm.
So in SCP, amnestics are used pretty often, honestly. Like, for instance, a bunch of police officers respond to like an anomaly, you know? There's like survivors and whatnot, but the Foundation comes in, contains the anomaly, but they need everyone who witnessed the event to forget it exists. So that's when they use amnestics, for instance.
Mhm.
And then, of course, there's more commonly the fact that they also use some D-class personnel. Are you familiar with D-class?
No.
So D-class personnel in I never mentioned this to you, but basically D-class personnel are death row inmates.
Oh, so like the 86.
Yeah, sure.
It's
And
like the 86.
they're basically expendable bodies that they use to like test SCPs with.
No, it's like the 86.
And you know, sometimes they like put them back into like death row and they're like, okay, here, have amnestics before you go. Forget about everything.
Oh my fucking god.
And I remember there's some yeah, there are some SCPs as well which are dangerous to remember for or be familiar with. Uh so they take amnestics in order to like forget about them as well for their own safety.
Oh.
Yeah. And then there's sometimes it's just there are some SCPs that are just so traumatizing to contain that the workforce is regularly rotated out and then given amnestics.
Oh my god, wait, really?
Yeah. I forgot which ones it was, but I do specifically remember that.
Was that the bite of 86? Yo, chat, y'all wild in.
Alright, wait, let me scroll up a bit. Who would win 100,000 Class D personnel or one SCP? I answered. Oh, or SCP 682. Definitely SCP 682. No contest. I can imagine 100,000 D class personnel dying. I can't imagine 682 dying. 5. I don't want to see another one of them. They call me dumb one. What the heck? Oh, hi Komiko. I don't know you.
Let's
But you're my grand Oshi. The Oshi of my Oshi.
Oshi.
What's contained? The room is empty. Grandma, give us all cheesecake, please. Oh, do you have enough cheesecake for everyone? Does he even deserve cheesecake if he doesn't deserve ampao?
I will think about it. Maybe if I have extra cheesecake scraps for making it for you.
Let me see.
Chat, you guys saw nothing. Truly saw nothing.
Actually saw and heard nothing.
Crazy house, crazy ones. They locked me in a room, a rubber room with nothing.
I also can't imagine having like an SCP just attached to you forever.
It's kind of like the duck.
It's what?
It's kind of like the duck.
Oh no, not the fucking duck. I hate that duck so much. My god.
That was low-key, like when I read that line, that was low-key how I was like imagining the SCP following her to be.
Oh, by the way, we're not Cell is not yet done watching 86, so maybe not yet until she's done, because there might be spoilers in some of the collection stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm at episode 16, guys. Don't spoil it for me yet.
Yeah.
I need to see
especially anything concerning the last 3 episodes and stuff. There's like a lot of iconic like stuff there. In any case,
you should see my face on stream. My face just like morphed into like a whole expression of concern.
For now though,
like,
let's continue. Okay, wait. Yeah. I need to go pee first. I've been hydrating like crazy because I've been talking a lot.
He's yapping. Okay, I'll continue.
Yapping. We're like we're page 12 out of 31. Got this.
Oh, we've totally got this. It's been like what, 1 hour? Want to remember? I will tell you, I'm currently at episode 16, and he's like, okay. The thing about the way that I've been watching 86 Mateo is that he'll ask me for my theories on certain like details, and I'll give it to them. So far, I have been weirdly accurate about very specific ones. Like, okay, I'm not gonna say any of them, but I remember there were like 2 or 3 theories where I think I was like, I think this character is going to die in like episode 6, and they died in episode 6, and I was just like, why did I get the gift of prophecy to kill like one of the characters?
It was honestly crazy.
I think his side note for that was just like, how the fuck did you guess that? And there's another theory just like, girl, like you thought I watched that episode by accident.
Yeah, I remember you made the theory and I made a note that was like, wait, how did you find this out? You didn't watch the next episode by accident, did you? How did you guess that?
I think the funniest part of that thing was that I think I purposely texted you and asked like, wait, have we watched it? Wait, it was episode 8. I remember I even specifically texted you like, wait, Mateo, we haven't watched episode 8, right? Then you were like, no, we haven't watched them. Like, okay, then I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just gonna rewatch up to episode 7 to like catch some details. And I gave you that theory.
Yeah, and then she gave you the theory, and I was like, wait, you're sure you didn't watch episode 8? You're certain? I was like, what the heck? And then we would watch it, and she saw that her prediction came through. I was like, oh my god, I fucking called it.
I was tweaking out so much, and then meanwhile, I remember I asked him like a very pointed question. Okay, because the thing is, I got like 86 posters of like obviously it was the second arc. It's the second arc's posters, so obviously there are some detail changes to the main characters, and I was just like asking him about a specific detail. Like, is this like, I don't know, is this like a spoiler or is this just like an artistic choice by the artist? And he was just like, oh, it's just because
I was like, there was like an artistic difference between the light novel and the anime, just to throw her off.
I was so pissed at him. I remember I saw it. I saw it immediately. Like, wait a fucking moment, and I just
liar,
betrayer. I think. Yeah, everyone shouted in my mic, like, fucking, you lied to me, you fucking lied to me, I trusted you,
But yeah. 86 is legit my favorite anime.
and he has put me into that rabbit hole with me, and now I have a toxic relationship with the anime.
Yeah. Cell is secretly Asato Asato.
I wish that I wish I could write a peak series like that.
My god. And like, what the heck? It was I told this to Cell, but it was the first anime I watched getting back into anime.
Literally, and I remember, I think it was like episode I think it was exactly episode 8. I was just like, you came back to watching anime with this anime, and you were just like, yeah, with Assassination Classroom, and I'm just like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, it was like, oh wow. And I remember like being like watching 86. That was the first anime I've watched in like 5-ish years. And I was like, damn, I didn't realize anime was so good now.
No,
My
he
god.
came back to peak angst.
In any case, enough about 86. We have a lot more to read.
Oh my god, I see a huge chunk of blue.
Yeah, I'll take. There's a huge chunk of pink somewhere later on. Actually, there's a lot of blue. I realize I gave myself but it's fine.
I'm blue. Ba-do-ba-ba-do-ba-dee.
I'm blue, ba-doo-bee, blah-doo-blah. Okay, so after the blocks of blue, you see the note I put down there?
Yes, wait, let me see. After the block of... You want me to use the one that I showed you?
I think you can try experimenting here.
Okay,
whatever you think you might finish. What's it called? Work best.
I get it.
Oh, also unrelated, but related to the 86 stuff. Sometimes I send Cell like photos of like stuff that I have, and like I can't send it above my desk, or I have to cover my desk because my desk mat is a giant 86 spoiler, and so I can't show her because it's a big spoiler.
You wanted to take a picture or something for me, and I was just like, oh, but it's gonna like capture my desk. I can't do it. I'm just like, I've seen your desk before, and you're just like, no, you forgot the mouse pad. I'm just like, oh fuck, you're right.
No, you were like, I don't care about a messy desk. It's fine. It's like it's not messy. It's just a spoiler.
It's a spoiler.
Oh god. Anyway, all right.
We fucking ball.
Fucking ball. You ready for this? Well, am I ready for this? Because
Yes.
the first part is mine.
Yeah.
Right. This chapter is labeled Introductory Antimemetics. Junior researcher Kim's been working for the Foundation for all of 4 hours, and he feels pulverized, as if an anvil were dropped on his head in that first introductory lecture. It's lunchtime, and he's found a corner so far back in the cafeteria that nobody bothers him, where he can chew and swallow non-anomalous food, drink apocalyptically strong coffee, and digest the hard lessons of the morning. On his Foundation-approved phone, he pages fretfully through the few SCP files for which he has clearance. Most of them have to be jokes. That's how they read. Like very bad, dark, frightening jokes. Kim's one of 11 junior researchers in the new intake, and the other 10 are sitting in a separate group at a separate table, chatting animatedly to one another. There are some instructors here and there, munching sandwiches. Other than them, the cafeteria, large enough to seat 200 people or more, is deserted. To Kim, that seems odd. Site 41 is large. 3 skulking buildings with significant basement space, buried casually in the forests of central Colorado. Where is everybody? A man in a gray suit walks into the cafeteria, makes eye contact with Kim, and strides purposefully over. The man's suit is sharp enough to cut. He wears a tie pin and a platinum wristwatch as big as a brick. He looks badly misplaced. Site 41 is a working site. There's training, education, research, development, analysis, and even the containment of a very few safe SCPs going on here. Executives shouldn't ever be here. So what is he? A lost exec? Trying to find the helipad? Or a researcher or instructor? dressing for the job he wants and not the job he has.
Hell of a first day, the man says, holding an hand out. Hell's the Grey. Tiffany.
Kim.
That is not creep.
Kim. All Kim.
Good to meet you. What accent is that, if you don't mind me asking?
New York. I'm from New York. Are you the site director?
You seem on edge.
Well, that figures, doesn't it? You must know how that intro goes. It's like an atom bomb to the ego. I just had almost everything I know overturned. It turns out I've spent my whole entire adult life being protected from dangerous knowledge, as if the whole outside world is a ball pit for under sevens. Stepping out of that has been humiliating to start with, and he blinks again. Hey, what do you do here exactly? You didn't answer my question.
You didn't answer mine?
Of course I did. I'm from... And then he just stops, his train of thought running off the end, the track into air. It's on the tip of his tongue, the answer to Gray's question, but he can't get the words out. That's weird, he says, shaking his head. At this point, he also notices that Gray isn't wearing his badge. This could be an honest mistake, albeit an extremely serious one. But surely execs don't get to the executive level without being scrupulously correct in everything they do. Who are you?
Your life story was fascinating. You spoke 4 languages. 1 now, and soon 0. So you huge and intellect specialize. Your education was a fusion of biochemistry and comparative literature. You felt as if you'd die if you couldn't find more foreign thoughts to cram to your head. You've been all over the world, hungry, and every country you've ever been to was like landing on another planet. You toy with anthropology, but there's too much world for one human race to ever understand, let alone one human. There's too much human race. We should just pare it down.
Kim nods. Would you excuse me for just 1 second? He gets up and hurries to another table, to the instructor whom he met earlier that day. When Kim gets close to her, he feels a kind of staticky sensation building up. He tries to shake her shoulder, and succeeds in moving it a little, but it's like reaching through tar. Hey, there's a problem. There's an intruder. I think it might be an SCP. Doc, look at me. Hello? She doesn't react. He tries the gaggle of fellow newcomers as well, but they keep chattering and hypothesizing, oblivious to him shouting and clapping in their ears. Hey! People! Listen to me! No. He looks back. Gray has stood up and started moving towards him, still with that confident smile. There's definitely something wrong with him now because he's visible through the tables, like an augmented reality holo projection jammed inside Kim's eyeball. Kim realizes with a stab of fear that he can even see Gray when he blinks. His eyelids close, but Gray is still there. An apparition in what for all of Kim's life has been totally personal, private darkness. The only way he can avoid seeing Gray is to turn away, and even then he feels a radioactive prickling in the back of his eyeballs. Kim tries to phone one of the newbies. The phone in the newbie's pocket rings. And other than that, nothing happens. Nobody reacts. It doesn't make sense.
Do you remember your father?
I never knew my father, Kim says, edging away. Mom raised me.
Gray's white smile is a fixture. These people loved your perspective. They were going to put you to work on anomalous entities, but they don't remember you exist. You don't exist.
Kim says, mainly to himself. There aren't any dangerous SCPs on this site. It's a safe site, so either you're not dangerous,
Nobody knows you exist. If nobody knows you exist, then that means you're either brand new or you're... What's an anti-meme?
Hell of a first day.
You sentient?
You seem on edge.
Kim bolts. He exits the cafeteria, turns a corner and runs 10 or 11 paces down the corridor to where there's an elevator. He stabs the down button and waits. The elevator door is highly polished, reflective. Kim catches sight of a face in the mirrored surface and nearly falls over with shock, because it's a face he has never seen before, and apparently it's his own. Jesus! Oh no. What the hell? What the hell?
Gray comes around the corner, still only strolling, just as the elevator cracks open. Kim dives in and punches the lowest floor, basement level 8. It's instinctive, although he could rationalize the decision in retrospect. He can't just get in his car and drive. It's better if Gray stays on site than if he's set loose in some rational reality. And to do that, it's better if Kim retreats to the lowest, darkest corner of the site for which he has access, and then waits for Gray, and then locks all the doors behind him, and waits to die. The elevator starts descending, and the apparition of Gray, visible through doors and floors, disappears upwards, shrinking with distance and perspective, but still smiling broadly down at Kim. SCP-4739. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. I'm disregarding the format because time's a factor. If you're reading this, you've already been isolated from the Foundation at large. Attempts to signal for help are futile. You are now inside 4739 Scarlet. After ingestion and prior to digestion, you need to get to Lab S041 BO8 053 as soon as possible, and continue the research until you find a way to stop or kill Gray before it kills you. Don't read the rest until you're in the elevator. So you remember your mother? He hears Gray calling down the corridor. SCP-4739 is a powerful, slow-acting antimemetic kill agent taking the appearance of a male Caucasian business executive calling itself Alistair Gray. SCP-4739 is attracted to dense clusters of organically stored information, essentially extremely knowledgeable, complicated, interesting people. SCP-4739 isolates its victim from the outside world by enveloping them in an antimemetic field, which makes it impossible for the victim, or anything done by the victim, to be perceived or remembered. SCP-4739 then consumes the victim's memories and knowledge until they become vegetative and die. This process takes between 15 minutes and 2 hours, and is described as being like Alzheimer's disease in fast forward. SCP-4739 is not believed to be sentient, although it imitates the behavior of a sentient being to the extent that it can appear sentient to the inattentive. Its victims are able to move and act freely since it is impossible to escape once caught, or to signal for help. Communications such as written notes, graffiti, and electronic mail do get sent and persist in reality, but SCP-4739's effect spreads within each message, making it impossible for an external observer to perceive the message until such time as SCP-4739 catches them too. The SCP entry which we are currently reading is created and maintained by victims of SCP-4739 because it is only visible to victims of SCP-4739. If you are reading this SCP entry, SCP-4739 has caught you. You are now isolated from the Foundation at large and constitute an effective Foundation of 1. You have between 15 minutes and 2 hours to reach Site 41, Basement Level 8, Laboratory 053, familiarize yourself with the existing research, and continue this research until you find a way to contain or decommission SCP-4739, or, more likely, die. If your field of expertise is not related to antimemetic containment, we sincerely apologize and advise you to start learning fast. SCP-4739 has consumed 76 Foundation researchers since we started counting on August 3rd, 2013. If you are reading this entry for the first time, please add a mark. We estimate at least 50% of victims never make it as far as this database entry, so the true victim count is more than twice this figure.
How do I kill it? Kim screams. He scrolls and scrolls through the research. Which is chaotic and haphazardly arranged, because nobody has found the spare seconds to sort it out. There are dozens of separate lines of research contributed in patchwork by a succession of victims, all ending with variations on the same final line. I'm going to try X. If you're reading this, X didn't work and I'm dead, which means approach X is a dead end, and you have to think of something else. He reads. Nobody has succeeded in physically engaging with Gray. Nobody can stall it, evade it, slow it down, reason with it, or redirect it to some other target. People have tried poisoning their memories with indigestible ideas, drip-feeding their memories to Gray to slow him down, replacing their memories faster than Gray can eat them, and force-feeding Gray too many memories at once to overfeed him and blow him up. They've tried committing suicide by Class A amnestic overdose. None of it worked. More than 100 people, most of them apparently possessing doctorates, have slid into the maw of this thing. Thought briefly and, with a greater or lesser degree of dignity, died. There are no remaining untried threads. I'm fucked, Kim concludes. He glances up. Gray's not in the room yet, but Kim can see him strolling down the last stretch of corridor. He's a totally intangible being. Physical obstructions are irrelevant to him. He can't be hurt. Kim clutches the pocket where he used to keep his phone. Wait a second.
He scrolls again. He finds the 3 or 4 sad, desperate wretches who died confronting Gray physically. Combat knife and Glock. Baseball bat. Kim looks up and checks the room. Sure enough, the bat's there, rolled under a table. One man, an elderly botanist far out of his depth, said he was just going to try whatever he could find that was heaviest. That explains the shattered CRT television and the light layer of thick glass on the floor near the bulkhead. There's even CCTV footage of the botanist's attempt. He accomplishes literally nothing. Gray is an holographic ghost, and the CRT drops right through him, imploding when it hits the floor at Gray's feet. The botanist spends the rest of the video's running time huddled in a corner, gradually losing his mind while Gray watches placidly. The difference being... Oh my god. Kim realizes with his eyes boggling, a phone is a solid brick full of information. And before me, nobody ever tried using information as a missile.
Kim searches for the experiments, several of them scattered, where the victim tried to divert Gray to a different data source. The general idea seemed to be to overload Gray by pointing him at something containing too much information, the internet, or the terabit feed from a live particle accelerator experiment, or a stack of hard drives containing the first few quadrillion binary digits of pi, but nobody could figure out a way to distract Gray's attention. Prominently placed screens full of data he would ignore. Data beamed at him electromagnetically, radio, laser, had no effect. Nobody could figure out a way to tunnel the information in through the victim's minds as extra memories. It was written off as impossible, closed as a line of investigation. The hard drives, Kim's finds, are right there on the workbench next to the computer. It's a half-rack unit, a cuboidal block of metalwork, as big and heavy as a bowling ball. One of the most ineffective conceivable melee weapons. Kim snatches up the 3 longest pieces of Ethernet cable he can find and starts plaiting them into a chain. Then he remembers who he is, and where he is, and what his responsibilities are. He goes to the computer, to the SCP entry, adds himself to the victim tally, and writes up exactly what it is he's about to try. Because he might not be the last one, and the world needs to know that this didn't work.
Gray comes through the lab bulkhead to find most of the equipment in the room toppled onto the floor, to create room for the black and silver drive array that Paul Kim is whirling around his head, on a 2-meter chain made of plated network cable. It makes a slow thrumming sound as it whirls. Gray is not intelligent enough to stop moving forwards, and catches the array directly inside of his neck, rack mount point first, like a morning star. Gray absorbs a few trillion digits of the impact, but it isn't enough. There's a green snap of light and a noise like a subway train short-circuiting, and Gray's a pile in the corner, his head caved in and the drive array partially demolished. His head caved in and the drive array partially demolished in pieces around him. Kim decides that history can fill in whatever Quip likes best. It was chewing its way up the Antimemetics division hierarchy. Wheeler tells him in the aftermath. It was only a matter of time until it bit down on somebody dangerous. Congratulations on demonstrating a basic level of competence when it counted. Dozens of others couldn't.
Kim still feels rattled, but the shock is dissipating, faster than he'd expected. Marion Wheeler, it turns out, is the Antimemetics division chief. She's Kim's new boss. I want to say it was dumb luck. I want to say I just threw my phone. It was instinct. It was muscle memory. It was my first day and I got lucky as hell. I want to say those things, but I'm sitting here and turning these statements over, and none of them would be true, would they?
Wheeler waits expectantly and says nothing.
You're not my new boss. You're just my boss. This isn't my first day at all. I've been working here for, well, must be over a decade, right? I think I've been a professional antimemetics researcher since at least the mid-2000s. It's just that the first thing Gray ate was my memories of everything past the first day, and Even then,
I see very little luck in what happened today. Instinct and muscle memory are just deep forms of training. Like I said, a basic level of competence. An ability to piece your own life and all of your past knowledge back together faster than nearly anybody else. This is what we try to drill into you. And sometimes, thankfully, it takes.
this isn't even the first time we've had this conversation. There have been other incidents, with other SCPs with amnestic powers. You've sat there and watched me put myself back together before.
And it hasn't gotten old yet, Wheeler admits, with something that might be approaching a smirk.
How long does it usually take for me to recover?
A few months. But if you want the honest truth, people in this division are as competent on day one as they'll ever be. You come to the job firing on all cylinders, or not at all. The rest is just fine-tuning and chemistry.
So what you're actually saying is you don't care about my mental state and you need me back at work now.
Wheeler nods. I need an updated SCP entry just to begin with. I need you to nail down the model for Gray's predatory pattern and exactly how you defeated it. I want you to work out what it did with the bodies. Incinerated, disintegrated, or just left them lying around the site in rotting, perceptually cloaked heaps. And I need countermeasures for when it comes back.
It's not dead? Wait. I think I know this one. It's coming back to me. Ideas don't die.
The fuck?
How do you
What
feel
the
about this one?
Bro, he's a fucking weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo.
He's a creep.
Bro is like the deepest, darkest parts of one's like dots. What the fuck? He's just like, haha, I'm here to steal you and your memories.
Yum 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 yum.
Yum, 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 yum. Oh boy made it. Yeah, he made it.
He
Somehow.
lost like 3 languages getting there.
No, not the languages. It's okay. He can relearn them. He's
Yeah.
done it. He's done it before. He'll do it again.
Yeah. But Jesus.
He's played these games before.
He's played these games before.
I played these games before.
I still find it funny the whole, do you remember your father? I never knew my father. Mom raised me. Do you remember your parents? I never knew my parents. I was an orphan.
I'm an orphan. I was like, what? So are you an orphan or not?
He's just fucking losing it. Like literally like losing his memories. The
Literally.
SCP is a walking Alzheimer's inducer.
Bro's just like, hey, memories, yoink.
Yoink. Delicious.
He lost
Okay.
3 languages as well. He did. He kind of did.
Let me double
Why?
check on chat. Well,
Why do you want to know if I go to bed with my socks on? What does that have to do with the SCP? Is
jeez. Wait,
Alistair
what?
Gray like stealing my socks?
I accidentally pinned something. How do I unpin it?
You didn't pin anything. At least I don't see
No,
it.
I pinned it on
If you
mine. How do I unpin it?
Oh, the 3 dots and then just unpin.
I don't see
Yeah,
3
3
dots.
What the? It
Okay.
means what did you pin? What did you
I
pin
pinned a
there?
message, but it's on my
Press X to download. You can't technically. Do you not see the thing? Wait. Technically, it will remove itself in 20 minutes. But when you press onto it, does it not show you like options?
Oh, I see it.
to
Okay, unpin. There we
unpin
go.
it? There we go. You don't know the source of it. It slipped my mind that meme existed. Chad, you gotta understand. I'm currently like running on like 3 hours of sleep.
It's an anti-meme. It's fine.
It's an anti-meme. Means you'll get. I am. What do you want to do about it, huh? Square up. I'm joking. Square the fuck up. Oh my god, that was one of my favorite parts, yeah. Bro, what the fuck? Walking fucking Alzheimer's disease, just
Bro.
like.
The other thing that like freaks me out is the fact that he closes his eyes and he still sees him.
I close my eyes and I still see.
All I
Like, dude,
see
that's
are
freaking me out.
gray.
All I hear is him. Bro, it's so scary though. Like, what the fuck? If you oh my god, just realize how scary that is. Like, closing your eyes and you can still see a figure there. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Ew. Ugh. It's like a partition of light then or some shit. What the? Why
It's
am I
just,
saying that?
I don't think it even like is fully physically there. It's just in his mind as well.
It's so funny though. Like, bro was just like, aha, hard drives, weapon.
You see, a baseball bat doesn't contain information, but this thing does.
This thing does. Bada bing, bada boom. If I die, I die. And wait, the way that he wrote it to it, what is it? How did he? Wait. Create robot package. What? He fucking made it like into like a fucking lasso.
Yeah.
Just
He
whirling
tied it to like a
around.
bunch of Ethernet cables to make like a flail of some sort.
Oh my god.
I am an SCP researcher, and I shall not be defeated.
Imagine if people could actually see him like do that and they just saw him like
You
fucking
probably have
flailing.
CCTV of it, honestly.
Imagine seeing the CCTV footage of it after just like him just in a corner flailing around like a bunch of Ethernet cables and hard drives. Like a fucking like maze or some shit.
God.
Knowledge is power, literally.
He's like, God, at least if I die, the only person who's gonna see this is the next victim.
Imagine it didn't work too, and the next person just comes in and just sees him like swinging that shit around. She's like, so that's what the person before me tried to do.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm definitely dead.
I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm really fucked.
Oh right, also the part in the SCP description is like SCP-4739 has eaten 76, and like it's notches, right? Like 76 tallies. And it's like, if you're reading this for the first time, please add a notch.
He's just like, yep, please contribute. Even if you can't contribute a way to kill him, you can contribute to your death tally.
Exactly. Like even with life or death in front of them, it's like, please do the documentation. Thank you.
And then the next sentence is just like, 50% of you don't even make it to this part of the document. So
Yeah.
Congratulations if you read it to here.
Congratulations, you're in the top half.
Congratulations, you're in the top 50%. You won the 50-50.
Oh no. The 50-50.
50. Scientists, Lamau, true. Even at death, they just want the data. Data.
Doesn't matter.
How the fuck
Both.
Yes.
Also, kind of sad. The other one was like, he just huddled in the corner as Gray just ate his memories.
Bro, it was a botanist, so he did not deserve that. He did not deserve that.
He just wanted to study plants. Also, funny thing. So sometimes there's like motorcycles passing by my street, and so I mute my mic audio. There was a huge chunk there where I spoke and I muted my OBS mic input.
Oh my god. It's okay, you can steal it from my stream.
I mean, I could just redo it if I wanted to. Yeah, but yeah, I could also just take it from your stream.
In post.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post. Make sure to log your death for the stats. For posterity.
Please make sure to for democracy.
No, posterity, that's different.
Fuck. What the fuck?
Were you thinking of prosperity?
I was thinking of how diaper.
恭喜發財。
恭喜發財。恭喜發財，紅包拿來，沒有紅包給你。
Posterity basically means, you know, for the future, for people reading this in the future kind of thing.
Oh. Meanwhile, me just like I thought you were making another Helldivers reference. What
No,
the
no,
fuck?
no, 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 no. Oh,
So
thank you for the
prosperity.
hydrate redeem. Ah,
We stayed for Saul's personality, not because lack of assets. What the? Why am I catching strays? I'm
what
just
lack
reading
of assets?
stories.
You know, hiring artists on VGen costs a lot of money. Okay, so it's not her fault that she doesn't have a lot of assets.
Ooh, what is this? Why am I catching strays? Why am I catching strays in the SCP reading thing? What does this have to do with me? You think Alistair Gray's gonna look at me just like, oh, she has no assets, I'm gonna leave her the fuck alone.
He's like, oh, she only wait, no, you know like 3 languages, right?
Yeah, I know 3.
Oh,
Learning a 4th and 5th.
now 1.
Oh no! Oh no! Wait, I knew other languages?
Huh? Baba
I
boo
knew other
boo.
languages? Bada bing, bada boom.
What's
Okay.
happening? I missed a lot.
Tralalelo, tralala.
Oh, we read like 3 documents now, which is we are going through this pretty fast, to be honest. That one was a long one, not gonna lie.
It's hours.
Uh,
It's okay.
uh,
It's fast for us. It's fast for us.
yeah, honestly, we just fucking
We fucking ball.
we'd be knights of the round table.
Sir
Sir yaps a lot.
yaps a lot. It's the 2 of us.
Just the 2
Like,
of us. We can
we've known
yap
each
it if we can.
We've known each other for a month, and I think like 3/4 of the time we've known each other, we've kept each other awake until like 3 a.m.
That is also true.
Like,
Just keep yapping.
you can't love. True. Wait, wasn't it the other night we're just like, oh, it's 12, we should sleep, and then end up
Yeah,
sleeping at 2.
yeah,
that's
we
last
just
night.
kept yapping.
That's literally last night.
Yeah. I was like,
Yappers.
I was already like in bed, and I was like, honestly, I have a terrible like fucking habit of like scrolling through Reddit, and it's like, Del sends me a message, and it's like, yo, what's up, baby? No, I'm kidding.
he was a baby girl. No, I'm joking. I don't send him. I send him the shake emoji, the shake emote the most.
Oh yeah, Ken's shake. I
Me laughing.
can't
yeah.
wait to get mine.
Yeah, I saw they're so cute.
Yeah, I'll finally have channel emotes, guys.
Let's go.
And every month I plan on like hiring the same artist for like 5 more each month. So I'll slowly build up my emote bank.
He's building an emote army, chat.
Yeah, an emote army.
Emote army. Yo, stop trying to trap me with cheese traps, dude.
Why would I want to trap Cell? I can just kidnap her whenever I want.
He already has me chained to the kitchen making muffins. And
No, she enjoys hanging out with me, right, Cell?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
see, I'm the cheese.
Hey yo, cheese in it.
Cheese Riz?
Cheese Riz. Cheese Riz.
Riddler?
The cheese.
Ritzler?
What the fuck was that? The no, not the fucking Ritz cracker. The fucking Ritz cracker, I hate it. Someone edit like his fucking face onto the Ritz cracker.
The Ritz cheese crackers.
Bro, now I want to. No, someone fucking draw him as the Ritz cracker. That's it.
Oh my god, bro! I fucking love Ritz crackers. Like I had them when I was I had them when I was in the States for a while. It's like, damn, I can't get enough of these. And I'm like, kind of wish there was more here.
You guys don't have it here?
I don't think so. We have. Yeah, no, not cheese Ritz. Except in like import stores. There's some in like Landers and SNR. I think you can get them, but it's like I rarely ever shop there.
I bet my I when I go out for groceries, I'm gonna just buy like what 5 boxes and just mail it over.
God. We have we have fita.
We have what? Fita.
That's it. That's all we got. Fita.
What is fita?
It's our crackers, but it looks exactly like
Oh.
Ritz. Not gonna lie, but it's not as cheesy as Ritz is. It's just regular like plain crackers.
Oh, how? No, that is a crime. Where is the cheese? Where is the cheese?
You apply
That
the
is a
cheese
crime.
yourself.
No, that is a crime. It should come with the cheese. Where is the cheese?
I don't
Return me my
know.
cheese.
I don't
What
know.
happened? Did it like? Do you guys have like a cheese tax or something?
Not the cheese tax. Hey, Pioni,
Bro,
welcome back. Wait, hold on.
that's
So,
the only-
wait, did I show you? Wait, I did show you the Vita commercial at one point, I think.
I only remember the one that
Oh.
you
Go
hi!
ahead,
Oh
tend
my
to
god,
them.
you can read. Thank you for the raid. Oh my god, hi! What were you guys doing during your stream? I hope you had a good I hope you had a good stream. Hi! Oh my god.
Oh, speaking of cheese and rats.
Hello. Oh, you guys are playing League.
Oh,
Hey yo. Hi, hello. Thank you so much for the raid. I am Salad soon, but you can call me Sal, and I am your Celestial Karmic Star Guide VTuber. Yeah, and I'm currently over here with Mr. Mateo El Fidel, the
Hi.
young master of a haunted manor, and we are currently reading and voice acting over some SCP stories. Yeah, Yuka raid. Again, thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing? Did you kick ass in League? Are you winning, Yuka? Are you winning? Are you winning, son?
was it Aram?
Look in your Discord now. Yeah, you won. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
You won. You won in life. You win in League. You win in life. That's my motto now.
Win in League.
I
Win
said.
in life.
I said. I said. And then Mateo on the Ritz. It's not me on the Ritz cracker.
Instructions were unclear.
Instructions unclear. Wrong person. Ritz. It was ranked. Jesus Christ, League ranked. I do have my full respect here.
That's like pure 100% iodized salt right there.
Bro, but League ranked. Jesus Christ, and you won. That's an absolute W. That's honestly an absolute W. Your model is so cute. Thank you. Look at the guy on my head as well.
It's so pretty and pastel.
Eee. Oh my god, you're more too. What do you mean? I love your model design as well, Yuka. It's so cute. Nick. Lamau, he's so silly. I know. We're both silly. We're sillies.
We're silly billies.
We're silly billies. But again, thank you so much for the raid. If you need to raid and run, I understand, but you also feel free to lurk or chat around with us as we unprofessional VAs look over more SCP stories and yap about them.
We're currently on break in between entries. We're just yapping about it, to be honest.
Yeah, and yapping about a lot of random stuff. Sick Garp, see, they like your outfit, Mateo.
Wow, thank you. Actually, okay, funny story about this freaking, oh my god. This PNG guy, right? This little dude right here next to Cell. I hired a friend through VGen to like do a chibi, right? And like I was thinking, okay, it's probably just gonna be like a bust up kind of thing. Because like she was only charging me like $14 equivalent, right? And it's like there's no way it'll be more than that. And then she sends me the drafts of it, and it's like a full body, and I was like, what the heck? There's no way she's doing the full body. She's only charging me $14 for this. A full body would be like $45 at least, right? But no, she finishes it like full body, animated. There's like several different states, and I'm like, what? It looks so good. I didn't even give her references for like the outfit. She just decided. I told her like go wild with the clothing if you'd like, and she did, and it looks so cute. I like all the small little details. It's actually making me inspired to like finally like hire for a reference sheet. But yeah, anyway, eventually she finished, and I like tipped her another $30.
at him, chat. Look at all his gore. I zoomed in on him so that you guys can see the details he was talking about. It was so
Look
good.
at him.
Look at him. Look at the young master. And pay your respects to him right now.
Bow.
Subscribe to him right
Bow. Bow before me. Sorry, I'm kidding. Looks like I'm just standing on top of your table.
Mateo Pogi ahead.
Ah, thank you. Saul
Pogi.
Reitman? Is that a Saul Goodman reference?
Grandma Sal, if you need a VA commission, please. I need the money. Yo, give me the money first. I also want to be a VA.
Exactly. Give her the money.
Oh my god, wait. This is lore. This is more lore about me. Did you know I used to like VA in a fandom? For a very short amount of time. I used to VA.
Wait, but you got paid?
No, I did not, obviously.
Aw.
I get paid for fandom.
You never
No, that
know.
was
Thanks, Saul.
Honestly, face already. No glaze. Thank you for the compliment.
Don't forget. Yeah, go pay Sal.
No, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare. Look at who's the top gifter in my chat right now. Look at him.
Huh? Oh.
Mateo. How do I thank my collab partner for the fucking gift that's Hello Scuffs out soon. Hello Snooze Me.
Let the Scuffs out soon.
Scuffs out soon. I sure hope my Scuff's gonna be out soon. Jesus Christ. But hello, welcome in. It's nice to see you again. And again, thank you. This little bitch on my head. Thank you for the gifted sub. This little bitch on my head. Bonk. Wait.
You're trying to lift me off.
Yep. Trapped in the stratosphere for your crimes.
Oh no! Team Rocket's blasting off again.
And he's gone.
Damn. Wait, isn't it a Thursday today?
Yeah, it is the Thursday.
Damn. I'm just looking at my Twitch and like so many people like streaming today.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I remember I saw Naya streaming.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Mari's probably gonna stream soon as well. I'm not sure.
I see at least like 10 people, 11 that I'm following that are streaming right now.
Yeah, Naya.
Oh wait, no, you're included, so 10 others other than the people here.
I have like 12 friends, including you, who are streaming right now.
Man,
Jesus Christ.
everyone's just free on Thursday.
Calling your gift a bitch fogger. Who knows? I promise it's a joke. It's a joke.
It's a joke, guys. It's fine. It's fine.
I adore him very much.
Yeah.
I call him Kuya.
Yay. I call her Meme. Yeah. Alright.
All I need is to load my Gcash and I can give 100 subs. Okay, I'll believe it when it happens. I'm joking. Please don't. Please do not. We are
How
all.
much would it cost? That would be.
Mateo put away the fucking credit card right now. I don't call I have social anxiety, honestly. Understandable. It's okay. It's okay if you can't. Wait, am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like my brain is like shutting off.
I don't call. I have social anxiety.
You used to call me on yourself.
We were talking. I might be a bit confused.
Me too. I'm also a bit confused. What do you mean, Snooze? Then what am I supposed to do with the 14k in my wallet? You save it for yourself, for whatever funds you need, be it school, be it personal expenses.
Like an Anbernick RG557.
What? What? That is very fucking.
Yeah, it's like top of the it's the upcoming new Android from Anbernick that's like top of the line for like Android gaming if you want a dedicated Android handheld. It can even do like a freaking no, even better, it can even do Switch emulation too. If you're okay with piracy anyway, blah blah blah.
You said you called Mateo Kuya, that's why. Because I said I call you Kuya. My Kuya on my head.
Switch
Switch,
2?
lol. The Switch is so expensive though. What was that SCP stuff? I say yes. Hello, Spitter guys. But thanks for the first time chat. How you doing? We're reading SCP stuff because Mateo was dragging me down the SCP Antimemetic rabbit hole. And I
Yeah.
realized I pronounced like 50 words.
Okay, so in case you guys haven't aren't super familiar, but just to recap, we said this in the earlier part, but basically, I'm guiding her through a series of tales called the Antimemetics Division Hub under SCP. It's this whole like story series on this entire sub branch of SCPs called anti-memes. And it's really nice. And yeah, I've been introducing Cell to SCPs over the past like week or two, essentially. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I just
Episode of
got
night.
I got a revive like every I swear this happens to me every like 6 months or so where I'm like where I might run across something and it's like, oh, that kind of reminds me of like an SCP I remember reading, and I look it up and I'm like, ah, yeah, I remember loving reading these. I'm gonna read more, and then I just go down the rabbit hole and reading more SCPs. And then just so happens it coincided to like when I just started getting really yeah, me and Cell got really good friends, and I was like, ha 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 ha.
He dragged me into 86 first, and then I was sad, and then he was just like, okay, for break from 86, let me introduce you to SCP.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Cell is introducing me to like such cute things like Wotakoi, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
this is so
Otaku.
cute. Meanwhile, I give her trauma.
No, I gave you trauma to you. You're currently playing your turn.
Oh right, your turn to. Oh yeah, we should do that again. Wait, we should. Oh no, we should do that.
You're in chapter 1, part 2 right now. You still have
Yeah.
like chapter 2, the two parts of chapter 2 and like chapter 3 part 1. There's still chapter 3 part 2 that's in development right now.
Oh.
And you haven't played like the spin-offs.
There's
There's like one
spin-offs?
spin-off. There's one single spin-off
That's-
for
Wait, is it
survival.
from the same author?
Yeah, it's from the same author. It's a spin-off, and there's also a manga
Oh.
and there's also a folkoma for it.
Damn.
Yeah. I remember following you, but I
That's-
came back and see I'm not well. Welcome back.
Wait, that's kind of wild. That's kind of wild though that they have spin-offs and mangas and whatnot, but they haven't finished the game. I'm assuming the game is the start, right?
I think they start. Yeah, I didn't know it was either the game or the manga that they started with, but I think the manga follows the events of the story. Yeah, the manga follows the events of the story. So currently, the final part of it is also not like fully done, I guess. So
I see.
They said probably this year or next year, and I'm just like, I've been waiting for like what 1 year, 2 years at this point.
Oh my god.
I've been waiting. Call me
Yeah.
Penelope the way I've been waiting.
Penelope. That's all I know of the song.
Waiting. But yeah, I'm bringing more to TF2. I can tell this is like the third time you've mentioned yet that you're playing TF2, Jesse. I remember there's a big Kamen Rider Ultraman scene, but actually not really. At least not that I feel it. Like, actually, if anything, otaku culture is not that obvious in Singapore. I'm gonna be very for real. Otaku culture is not really that prominent, but when you see it, it's extremely prominent. Like at cosplay events, anime cons, etc. I would recommend it's fun, honestly. Life is a SCP reference in general. Do you agree with that, Mateo?
No. The first S is secure. I'm very insecure. You're insecure. Fucking one brain cell. You're insecure. You're insecure.
You're insecure. You're insecure. Oh my god. It sounds like you're in the car.
You're insecure.
You're in the car.
You're insecure.
You're in the car. Which car? Where am I going? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Can't I draw? Ba-da. My brain. My brain just like ran with it. What type of SE is I honestly have no idea. I am a D rank. I am a D rank.
No. One of these days, maybe I'll write like a. I have been considering. Oh, I never did tell you my idea for an SCP.
You just said you wanted to write one. I remember.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. I'm not telling it in public
Okay, bet.
because
Bet.
I don't want any of these guys stealing my idea. But yeah, I want to write an SCP at some point, and maybe I'll like submit it for review.
Oh. I see. Since I think Cell is a what class? I can't pronounce that shit.
Wait,
I can't
where?
pronounce. Spit the gus. E.
Euclid. Yeah.
Euclid. What the fuck is that?
What
am
I
I?
see. Since I'm new here, I think Cell is a Euclid class. So there's generally like 3 classes. I'm forgetting exactly. There's Safe, which is sorry. So the classes in SAP, they don't actually rank them in terms of how dangerous they are, but rather they're ranked based on how easy they are to contain. If that makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah. So safe means it's just, you can just keep them in the box in storage. Just make sure it's properly labeled and no one stumbles upon it who shouldn't have access to it, and it's fine, right? Like imagine like a book which if you read it, you just die. That's safe because like it won't escape on its own. We'll just put it in a lockbox. There's a description there. No one's just gonna fucking read it, and that's fine, right?
Oh.
Meanwhile, Euclid are things that sort of every now and then I think. Oh, wait, no. Euclid I think refers to things that are difficult to contain but are consistently contained.
You know what? Sounds about right.
And
Sounds
then,
about right.
but they're consistently contained, but they require significant resources to actually keep contained. And then
specific resources to keep me contained.
You think you can keep me contained?
You
I'm
think
not
you can
trapped
keep me
in here with
contained?
you. You're trapped in here with me.
You're with me.
And then you've got your Keter classifications, which are things that have a significant risk of breaking containment.
Oh.
Like they can keep it contained, but they can't guarantee it will stay contained, right?
Oh.
There's actually a very funny story. I forgot the specific SCP number, but it's a ball bearing, right? And it's not dangerous to people. It doesn't kill people, it doesn't present any anomalous risks. It's not like a threat to Foundation security or like the quote-unquote secrecy of the Foundation. But it's classed Keter for being difficult to contain because it has a weird anomalous property which just, for some reason, accidents keep happening around it that make it escape containment all the time.
It's like a bad luck charm for the SCP. everything that can go wrong just goes the fuck wrong.
Yeah. Eventually they figured out that this ball, right, manages to figure like this ball only ever rolls away 10 meters outside of its previous containment. So they figured a way of tricking it so that they just put it in a small lockbox and essentially in a large enough room that's larger than its like escape radius. And they just post one bored prisoner there. And every time it leaves the box, he's just tasked with grabbing the ball and putting it back in the box and locking it. That's it. That's their containment procedure. Every day. Because it breaks containment every 10 to 15 minutes.
Every 10 to 15 minutes, bro, that's a workout. That's literally a workout stuff.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
That's like... It honestly sounds like fucking torture.
It sounds like a toddler, like when it first learns to walk.
All right, sorry, chat. We got into yapping. What's going on?
100 cell versus 1 SCP-982. What?
SC.
You sure you want 100 of me?
I haven't read this one.
If Cell's a toasted SCP, I'm putting her in the bathtub with me. No, take me out. No. ダメ です No, 不要
I'll have to read SCP-982 another time. I'll be honest. I have read mostly the. So they're saying that I am SCP-426.
Huh? I am 46?
Yeah, I'm SCP-426. I'm a toaster.
Oh yeah, I am a toaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a toaster.
How do you like? Wait, I'm scrolling up. Chat it. Do not the SCP-1470. I've seen the photo of 1471. I want to read it. We should read it at one point. It's a
Which one?
horror one. I think you like it.
Ooh, horror?
1471.
Horror?
Yeah. Or at least it
Horror?
looks very horror
Ooh.
ish.
my
I
psychological
haven't actually read
horror.
it, so we could read that together at some
Yes.
point. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
Why is
if I
everyone
was
saying I'm SCP-46?
wait, Jesse says if I wait, what was it? Wait, where was it? Where did it go?
I was
What?
an SCP, I would be in the safe category because I am just always asleep. No matter what power, I'll be asleep. You sound like Snorlax. I respect that. I love Snorlax. We just eat.
I'm a great SCP. Exactly.
You would be a great SCP.
I honestly thought I was a joke SCP, but like I'm just really funny.
Ad Jill? Wait, I have ads. I don't have ads, I disabled them. Wait, what?
Oh no.
Wait, do I have ads?
Go to jail.
I'm literally just. I'm just a Snorlax.
I'm just Snorlax. Who's trying to block your way?
No, I'm just thinking of like the fucking I'm Just Ken song from like the Barbie movie.
I'm just Ken.
Wait, Ken should sing that.
Oh. Honestly, he sings it quite often. There's times when he just says, "Oh, I'm just Ken," and then he suddenly lapses into song lyrics.
Let us be great. Let us be great.
Yeah, I'm a really scary SCP, but like only if you're, only if you're like near me for extended periods of time. That's what the rotations are for, amnestics and amnestics.
Oh. So yeah, I did look very intrigued because I am a psychological horror junkie for no reason at all.
Ah, yeah, she is. Like, okay, guys, we're just yapping, but it's fine. Who cares? We still haven't decided on a visual novel for the three of us between you, me, and Mary.
Oh yeah, we haven't. It's gotten to the point where I was about to play one of the visual novels.
It's
I was like, dude.
Yeah, so the three of us made like a group DC, and we were like, okay, let's do a V ending for like a novel, and then okay, but like I don't know any. I'm very new to visual novels. I've only played like very few, like very few, and so I was like, okay, do you guys have any you want to recommend? Hopefully something that none of us have played, and then so Cells like lists off a bunch that were like on her wish list. And like stuff like she wants to recommend, and I go through them one by one on Steam. It's like psychological horror, psychological horror, psychological horror, psychological horror. I'm like, are all the VN psycho horror now?
I think all of it except for the Nekopada Cafe Paradise one was psychological horror.
Oh my god.
and the VTuber one, yeah, those two were not psychological horror. The rest were all psychological horror.
Yeah, god. Oh, 682. Okay. That makes more sense.
Flashbang. I'm sorry, Peony. Why did you come into my stream? But hello. Yes, Flashbang. I'm on night mode. What do you expect?
We were actually like about an hour or two before this stream. We were both setting up, and I was showing her like, oh, this setup I have, and it's like, oh, it's nice and somewhat monochrome and like dark and monotone and like very sterile, like very very in tune for SCP. And then she started setting up, was like, this doesn't jive well with my pastels SCP.
Yeah. And I sent him a photo of like him standing on my head while standing. Ow! Why'd I get bunked? Ow!
Ah, get bonked.
You're bonking his feet as well.
Ah, my toes! Not my toes!
I remember I was setting up and I took a picture to show Mateo, and we were both just like, "Oh shit, this is way too pastel. This is way too cutesy for SCP reading stream." Shrimpy, hello!
Oh my god, hi Shrimpy!
Shrimpy! It's us! We're reading SCP stuff. We were reading SCP stuff, now we ended up yapping with chat.
Yeah, we're just yapping with chat at this point. To be fair, the next one is pretty long and fun.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I wanted to take a break for a second and just chat.
Yeah.
Besides, we're making good time. We're like we still
Yeah.
got an hour.
We got a lot of time.
Oh,
Also 'cause-
okay. Shrimpy.
Oh.
So
Mateo Yap is on.
Shrimpy, are you familiar with like what Lovecraftian eldritch horrors are in general? Right?
Your turn to entertain chat, Mateo.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll entertain. I love explaining this to people. So Shrimpy, are
Yes.
you okay? So Cthulhu, are you familiar with Cthulhu? Like the idea of Cthulhu, right? It's like these weird cosmic beings and shit, anomalies, scary things. Have you watched Supernatural? Stuff like that. Yeah, like weird creatures, anomalous objects, shit like that. So imagine a world where it's just filled with freaking anomalies, like both reality distorting items, things that are just crazy or creepy or wacky. But there's like an international organization whose entire purpose is essentially to find these anomalies, contain them, and keep them away from the rest of humanity so that the rest of humanity can be like what's it called, can just live safe happy lives, right? That's like the general premise of it. Yeah, it's creepypastas essentially in one universe. It's a collection of creepypastas in the same universe. And the idea behind SCP is that what you're reading is essentially like documents, like scientific catalog documents from the organization that are like, very methodically analyzing and categorizing all these weird things, right? And like it's, I don't know, I like the format of it, which where it's like there's these people who are like trying their best to like as best as they can scientifically categorize all of these, come up with like procedures in order to keep these things contained and away from humanity at large. It's just really cool. But yeah, it's mostly like community articles where people just submit their stories, and like, yeah, some stories got upvotes, some stories get downvotes, and stuff like that.
Some stories are joke stories.
Yeah, some stories are also joke stories. Yeah, and yeah, we're just having fun like reading a bunch of them.
We're being unprofessional VAs for
Yes.
fun.
Yeah, I'd be a professional VA for fun if I could.
Fuck yeah, honestly, it sounds so fun. Ugh.
Ah,
Cthulhu.
Alright.
Oh, no, pronunciation. Oh, yeah, it's Cthulhu.
yeah. What?
It. We're not profesh.
We're not
profesh, I
profesh.
promise.
The Minecraft SCP? Not familiar.
No, Minecraft SCP. Side note: it took an embarrassingly long time for me to learn how
Are
to
you talking
pronounce.
about? Are you talking about?
The SCP contained in Minecraft. What?
Oh,
There's
are you
an
talking
SCP
about fucking Herobrine?
Oh, Herobrine's an SCP?
Or are you talking about 4335?
Which there's a VTuber SCP?
Oh my
What?
god.
Wait, here I thought Herobrine was the urban like the
There's
Minecraft creepypasta. Didn't
yeah, there
didn't
are
know
some SCPs that are like based on other things, but like for the most part, a lot of the generally they try to make SCPs as what's it called? As you know what? 1 second. We should make a list because people like honestly, we have barely dealt with the surface of like SCPs.
So
Corrupted cells was creepypasta.
you wanna make a list of these SCPs that they're recommending, and then maybe we'll do it on our next round.
Yeah, we could. We could.
SCP
It's
6777.
6777. Oh, there's a VTuber SCP. What the heck?
Wait, are they just stuck in the internet? Okay, no, don't tell us.
That's like needy streamer overload. Stuck in the- Then there was also one Minecraft SCP that they were talking about.
Yeah, I found it actually. SCP-4335.
Oh, wait, I'm scrolling back up because I know you can't scroll. 982 as well. SCP-982.
982. Okay. Oh no.
Wait,
They made a
what?
mistake. They meant 682, and that one I already showed you. It's the angry
Oh.
slug.
Oh, I would make escargots out of that slug.
Escargot.
Escargot.
I would not, because that is a French dish.
Go. French. He hates the French, guys. Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room of rats. Rats made me crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room of rats. Rats made me crazy.
I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room filled with French. French made me crazy.
Oh no! And then what happened yesterday? You fucking got loaded in with a French random.
Oh
Was it
yeah.
yesterday or the week before?
No, actually, I realize now he's not a random. He's someone on my friends list. But I cannot, for the life of me, remember him.
You can't because he's French.
There
Is that
should
what
be a reward
Is
speaking
that what
Tagalog
055 is?
for 5
Is that what
minutes.
055 is?
Oh,
Me? Yo.
she's just gonna swear.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say putang ina ano ba? Gagi. Gago. Kuya. Ate. Yo, you are better off asking me to speak Japanese than Tagalog.
Yeah.
I know, I basically only know like very basic phrases in like one-liner sentences that Mateo taught me. I don't know much Tagalog, guys. What does that mean?
It's the one that's like the chotomate.
Oh, saglit.
Saglit.
I can't. Saglit lang. Saglit lang.
Lit. Like literature. Saglit.
Oh, saglit.
Yeah.
Lang. Oh. Maybe you should just have one shoe. I teach you Cantonese and you teach me Tagalog.
Yeah, maybe actually. Sure. We could do like simple phrases. Literally all I've asked you. Wait, how do you say the not like this again?
Oh, 唔係咁啩.
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 咁啩.
Noise is like the throat. Yeah, 咁啩.
啩.
Like your throat.
唔係咁啩. 係咁啩. 係咁啩.
Yeah.
Not like this.
唔
係咁啩.
Ano ba yan, tita? Akala ko, I can't pronounce.
Ano ba yan, tita? Akala ko kaya. Malit? Huh? Malit? Maliit. Akala ko kaya maliit pala utak mo, katulad ng pipi mo. What the hell, tita? I thought your mind was small, just like your pipi.
I don't even have a PP. Does Mateo know Dule
Lomo? Dule Lomo?
That was the first thing I ever taught.
He was basically at one point it's like, you know, Cell just says puta ina so many times when we do our repo collabs. I'm like, okay, Cell, what's like an equivalent phrase in Cantonese?
And I was like, oh, it's Dule Lomo.
Dule Lomo?
And he loved it. I think the next thing we taught me was the shortened version of putang ina mo. So it was like tayo na.
Oh, tayo na mo. Yeah. And I think it took you a while to realize that the mo meant like
means
you. So like sometimes you're like you're like just, you know, trying to
swear.
Yeah, trying to swear on your own, but like it sounded like you were swearing at the person you were talking to.
Why are you guys testing my Japanese?
Nanigaski?
Nanigaski? Chotomate.
Chocolate. Chocolate.
I'm reading the thing. Wait. Obasan. That. Hoppa Sentai Yobu desu ka? Fuck you. I am not. Auntie is not okay. Besides, I am not that old, guys. I am not that old. Yo,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
no, no.
that old.
You are not that old.
I'm that old.
I'm
legit an uncle.
He's never beating the unk allegations.
Real.
He's never beating the unk allegations.
But all my nieces and nephews are abroad. I can't even be a proper fucking uncle.
You have me now.
Yes.
Yeah, Mina. Once Mateo teaches me a bit more Tagalog, maybe I'll add that. But for now, you guys. Oh, I should add a Singlish one actually. But for now, you guys get Chinese and Cantonese.
Yeah, you should add Singlish.
She's actually 30, guys. Do you want me to start swearing at you, DJ? Do you want me to start swearing at you? I'm
Wait,
not
she's
30.
actually 30 guys in like a trench coat?
Oh my god, yeah, I'm
Holy
like
crap.
30 like dwarfs in the trench coat. Oh my
Yo,
god, unk.
To be fair, like 5 guys tastes pretty good. So you're like 6 times more than that, right?
I'm 6 times the tasty factor.
Yeah. I've never actually eaten at the 5 guys.
I have not either. There was one in Singapore. I don't know if it's still open, but I've never tried it. All I know is that they have like peanuts in the queue that you can eat.
Oh. Damn,
It's like while you're queuing and waiting for food, you can like steal the peanuts from the bags and be like nom 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 more.
You know what? There's like oh yeah, no. You guys also have it. So sometimes like I go in like a coffee bean and tea leaf, right?
Coffee bean.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck is CBTL? What are you talking about? No, anyway. Inside joke. Anyway, so like they used to have like these full bags of like coffee beans just out in the open, and it's just like, oh, you could buy some coffee beans if you like. It's just like a decorative thing. And every single time, without fail, I'd snatch some and put it in my pocket to sniff later because they smelled so good.
The coffee bean stealer. Yo, guy, police, we've called him.
Wait, anyone know if you can be an SCP and not get into copyrighted? I'm pretty sure there's like a whole thing where I'm pretty sure the SCP as a community, right, falls under a certain like Creative Commons. I'm not sure exactly which license, where basically it's like if you submit to the SCP Foundation, you're kind of like that's like part of like you're agreeing that it'll go under this Creative Commons essentially. So you can't exactly copyright it if you're submitting it to them. Obviously, you can make your own stuff, but if you base it off of the SCP brand, it kind of goes into that, right? That's why there's like a lot of people who can just make games about SCPs and they're not like getting DMCA'd or anything because it's meant to be like a community thing. It's open to all, essentially. That's the general idea. Like you can use the ideas in it, but like, yeah, stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure which Creative Commons it is, but I'm pretty sure they're under Creative Commons. There's like several different types technically.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's so Shrimpy, it's what's it called? It's a community-driven. Yeah, it's a community site essentially where anyone can basically submit their own SCPs for submission. And obviously there's some people who manage it who help you out with like, oh, this is the formatting you should use, this is the language you should generally use. But yeah, I can't remember an SCP. Does it just go from 054 to... No, it's fine, Peony. Sometimes some SCPs just don't exist because like the numbers are non-sequential, there's no SCP-1 for instance. So it's not sequential. So there's like gaps in between numbers sometimes. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
The stupid polar bear experiment thing that goes yo on SCP. Wait, what do you mean?
What
is this a meme I don't understand?
If it's a meme, I also don't understand it. I feel like it's quite for VTuber lore, not gonna lie. I mean, I have toyed with the idea before. Like, imagine writing your VTuber lore into like an actual SCP. That'd be fun, actually, wouldn't it? like incorporating like a part of it into it.
Oh, sorry.
I forget the name, IDK.
Could you repeat? Because I was looking for the polar bear that goes yo yo yo.
Oh, no, I was like, actually, it would be fun if like a VTuber actually had like lore that was linked to the SCP.
Oh, like
Or like you.
they're just an anomaly.
Yeah, that would be so fun, would it not? Like it would be unique as well. Like, because you can choose your class and you can choose like if you're a memetic or anti-memetic stuff like that. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
Oh
Cells
man, you
build, like,
submit one
that-
and then you just make your VTuber lore surrounding it. It's like it's me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It'd be so cute. Maybe why am I catching strays? How am I built like a 1x1 Lego block?
Hey, 1x1 Lego blocks are great. They're good for detailing. They're good for like they're the most stable block too.
Exactly. Tosses. You can't.
Toss his hair.
Tosses. Tosses hair. Actually, you can kind of see it, but imagine a VTuber agency with all the cute anime girls. Oh wait, that'll be cute though.
Oh my god. Ooh, that'd be interesting though.
That would just be interesting. It's just a queso meme. The 1x1 like I remember it now. Jesus Christ, I legitimately didn't.
I don't watch Queso enough. A collection of D
You
class as
should.
VTubers. Name is an oofy.
Ooh.
The next stream a different D class.
Ooh, wait, that'd be fun though. Imagine you made like an entire ARG out of it as well.
Oh.
Oh, that'd be
Oh
such
man,
a
an
big
SC
production.
Yo, an
Fun.
SCP ARG would be fucking sick.
Oh my god, wait, yeah, it
Imagine
would.
Yeah, imagine like they edit some of the like most well-known SCPs and add sprinkles of like tiny links or details in the HTMLs.
You can't see my bottle face right now, but it's like fucking glowing right now. Like, oh, this sounds so cool.
Yeah.
This sounds so cool.
Uh,
I would honestly love to like, not even like be a part of the creative process. I would love to be like solving it as well. Like, yo, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Okay,
I'm
wait.
an ARG junkie.
I should go pee again. God dang it.
Yeah, go. I will entertain chat. Yeah. Oh my god, I've been yapping for like almost an hour at this point. Jesus Christ. But yeah. Sal should do a workout stream. I could if you want me to. I regularly do like yoga stuff at home. I also go to the gym sometimes. If you really wanted to, I could. Entertain a Sal. Tsulalalo tsulalala. Tung 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 sahur. Bombadillo crocodilo. Ballerino cappuccino. Assassino cappuccino. I'm joking, but like yeah. No one should do deadlift. I mean, I could, but I need to retrain it. It's been a while since I deadlifted. I'm gonna be very for real. The last time I really deadlifted was not really dead. I could lift my body mass, if that makes sense. I could lift my body mass, but I don't know how well I can do it anymore. Like genuinely, it's been a long time. I've mainly been more of like doing cardio and stuff these like past few months. Yeah, it's mainly just keeping my body toned. Oh no, I've turned the entire chat into Gen Alpha Italian brain rot. I'm so sorry, Matteo.
I'm back. What happened? What? Why am I seeing Assassino Cappuccino? Why is there Tun 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 Sahur? Excuse me.
You told me to entertain them.
Also,
Hello, Luna.
she can definitely
Okay.
deadlift. She'll have to kill you first, though.
Oh, true. If something is dead, I can deadlift it. I just have to lift the dead.
Okay,
So
also,
hello.
terrible thing.
Next card. Yeah.
I just found out the water's been shut off.
Huh? Why is the water shut off?
I'm guessing
What the
there's
fuck is the
maintenance,
water?
but like I never got a memo. So I don't know when I'm getting water again.
From the fridge.
Yeah, I do have drinking water like in like jugs and whatnot, so I'm fine surviving. But ooh, depending on how long this will be, I'll be a stinky boy.
Sue them.
It's entirely possible that they might have put a note on my gate, and because I don't touch grass, I haven't seen it.
Anti-grass toucher.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what is this entire paragraph? What the Sigma cell? This shit is no skibbity riz for on god no cap because for real you get that mind gap with aura. I regret reading that out loud. I regret reading that out loud. I love what has Galileo Galilei. The only brain rot I like, I get why it's Bombadillo. Me too. I like Tsulalale. The shark is so stupid. I love it. Tsulalale. It reminds me of the Blaha.
The only
Read it again. No. E?
the
What the hell you were
main
saying?
the main brain rot in my head is just hello. Hello.
This is horrible.
Hibachi Benihana Teriyaki. Nagasaki. Okinawa. Hokkaido. Yokohama. Karate Judo Sumo Samurai. Nissan. Honda. Mitsubishi. Subaru. Harakiri. Tsunami Kamikaze Banzai. Yamaha. Nikon. Casio. Aiwa. Minolta. Itachi. Seiko. Toshiba. Buddha. Shiitake Kimono. Tempura. Sushi. Sashimi. Fujitsu. That's all.
I hate how accurate that is. I also don't understand how he memorized the entirety of the thing.
Okay, so
What
it
is
works
so
with
funny?
like Hibachi Benihana Teriyaki. That's just in my head forever. And then I remember specifically Nagasaki, Okinawa, Hokkaido, Yokohama because I looked it up on the map and I've traced it geographically and I kind of remember. And then Karate, Judo, Sumo, Samurai just rolls off the tongue for me. I don't know why. I just remember. And then Nissan, Honda, Mitsubishi, Subaru. I just remember it's cars, but the letters are N, HMS. So N and then Her Majesty's ship. HMS, it's a ship that has cars in it. And then Harakiri, Tsunami, Kamikaze Banzai. I just remember it's like very specifically a bunch of like Japanese World War II kind of era terms. Harakiri, Kamikaze. Tsunami is related to Kamikaze in Banzai. And then Yamaha, Nikon, Casio, Aiwa. It's YNCA. So like YMCA, but with an N. YNCA. So Yamaha,
And
Nikon, Casio,
Stay.
Aiwa. And then Minolta, Hitachi, Seiko, Toshiba. I just remember that they were watches. I just keep forgetting Minolta for some reason. And then Buddha eating like fucking mushrooms while in a kimono. So Buddha, Shiitake Kimono. And then continuing with the food, it's like tempura, sushi, sashimi. That I don't know. For me, that's easy to remember. There's tempura, there's sushi, and then sashimi. And then where do you store them? In a freezer. Fujitsu.
There is method to the madness, guys.
Exactly.
There is an obvious method to the
I
madness.
just need mnemonics.
You know for how long she got distracted? I'm already on my third term of pregnancy. You have been pregnant at least 4 times in my streams at this point now, DJ. I think this might be just madness. Well, you buckle up because there's a lot more coming from what? Oh my god, my brain short circuiting. There's a lot more from where. Blah.
That came from.
Yeah, what he said.
I got you.
What he said. You got me.
I got you, Mimi.
You got me, Kuya.
Mm.
Wee. And it will not stop. Exactly, it will never stop. It will never stop. Especially because he still kidnaps me every Tuesdays.
Okay,
Basically every day at this point.
I'm not gonna lie. The message you sent me, I kind of snickered because I was not expecting that to be all caps. Yeah,
I
see,
hate that.
no,
Understood
look,
the
hey,
things.
memorizing shit. So you just have to understand how your own brain works, in like memorizing stuff, and it just
Exactly. There is method to the madness. There's always a method in everyone's madness. You just got to find out how they tinker.
Exactly. You gotta learn how your brain can be fucked with, and you just fuck it yourself. What?
Please
Anyway,
do not. Please rephrase. Holy shit.
Do you know
Please
that do you know that
rephrase.
meme that the what's it called, the Keanu is extremely horny meme?
Oh my god, that one. I hate it. I hate it so much. Mateo
Need your
just
body, I'll
knows.
fight. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
I'm gonna be very for I can actually follow his line of thought as well. So it's just a method to the madness, man. You gotta find people who know your madness as well. I can fully follow with what he was saying. Oh, that one, yeah, that one, that freaking.
In Night City, you can become. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I just die. I still haven't like fully played through Cyberpunk 77.
How could you?
It's like, okay, there's a funny story about that, right? At one point, I was like Steam family sharing with a bestie of mine, right? And she had 77, and I played on that account. But then I kind of stopped, and then I was like, I'll get back to it. But then I never could because I don't have a copy, and we kind of fell out as friends. So she's no longer in my Steam family.
We will get you back into that game one day, Mateo. We need you to finish.
Eventually, definitely.
Finish it. Along with Doki Doki, I need you to finish it.
God, yeah, Doki Doki. Okay. I'll message my VA that with that for.
Doki Doki.
Doki Doki. Oh my
Meanwhile,
god,
Mihu
you
just
got
like,
holy crap,
You're
you just your humming of that just fucking unlocked. It feels like it's like tickling my brain, and I can see it. I see it. Yeah, I haven't finished Doki Doki. I only finished right after like I'm guessing it's the first chapter ish, when you know well, at least in my playthrough, you know, I just hung out with Sayori, if that makes sense.
That the way you put it was fucking green.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gently opened
No,
it.
because the thing is, I was playing it with a bunch of friends, and then I kind of got too shy to keep asking them, "Hi guys, when are we playing Doki Doki again?" It's like,
No.
Oh wait, actually, guys, here's a fun thing. Why don't you guys guess who each of our respective favorites are in Doki Doki?
Yeah, you should. Wait, it was so funny when we tried to guess each other's
Hey,
one.
Kabi.
Kubi, hello.
It's
Yes,
the
it is
Kubi
the sun,
Kabi.
the Mateo. And we see the Kubi. Oh my god, thank you for the head pets, Kubi.
Ah.
You guys should try and guess. You guys should try and guess what our favorite one.
What were their names again? It was Yuri, Monica, Sayori, and Natsuki, right?
Natsuki. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Play
you for the
Persona.
water.
I'm planning to. Both of you have water. You. It sells Natsuki. You guys can guess first.
Yeah,
I'm
go
not
guess.
gonna
Go
reveal
guess.
it.
Everyone put in your guesses.
You guys can guess first. I will only review it when you guys guess both mine and Mateo's. Mateo Yuri.
What? I enjoy Yuri's.
True. Yuri's a peak. Ow, 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 ow. Thank you for the bonk, but wait, no, thank you for the bonk.
Ah, my feet! Ah.
Toes. You're bonking his toes.
No,
I don't wanna
we're
say-
asking you to
honestly,
assume. Assume.
We're asking you to see what's so funny.
Please assume. I think it would be
I think as I
interesting.
remember, I tried to guess yours, and then you were just like, actually, they're not my favorite. And then we told each other, we're just like, it's her. It's her.
Ah.
Her.
El Sayori, Mateo, Monica.
Sayori,
Okay.
Mateo, Monica. Ayo? Okay, so there's one Sayori, one Natsuki for me, and one Monica, one Yuri for you. People think you're like, I can see like the very obvious differences.
They think I have a
classy.
type. And that's fair.
They think I have a type, and that's also very fair.
Yeah. They're putting us in like very specific, like, I don't want to say it like this, but like, you know, dark and light.
Yeah, legitimately though, like it's like two very
I can-
specific sides of.
Yeah, I can see why you guys think that, but you're all wrong.
You're wrong. Is there any more guesses? If there's no other guesses, we're just gonna say it.
I think that's everyone's guess. No.
Guesses.
But I think mainly, from what it sounds like, mainly Peony and Shrimpy are the ones who have played.
Yeah, I feel like the others may not
Yeah.
like
Sure, let's tell them. Let's tell them. Okay, you first tell.
It's Natsuki. It's between Natsuki and Sayori, honestly. So you guys guessed it right.
Wait, I thought you liked, your favorite was Yuri.
No. I said in terms of
Ah.
like personality, I like Yuri, but if like overall, I like Sayori and Natsuki more. I like the childhood best friend trope.
That's fair.
Mwah.
That's fair. Okay, now as for me, when I first started the game, I was like, oh, I kind of like Yuri. She looks cool and like, ooh, interesting, yada yada yada. And then after like I did the first, the first activity and like started learning more about them, I was like, oh, Natsuki's kind of growing on me. It's like, as much as I'd like to be smart and sophisticated, cute is just justice, you know?
Cute is justice for real, for real.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Why is there Russian Cyrillic?
Nothing is understandable but very interesting. It's okay, you don't need to understand the chaos. All you have to do is just revel in it. But also, hi, welcome for the first time chat. Thank you for dropping by. Everyone in that game has chubby cheeks for me.
Spasiba. That's all I know.
Okay. Yeah, it was same for me honestly. I like Natsuki more at first. But then I also saw Sayori's route and I was just like, I'm such a sucker for childhood lovers to best friends.
That's fair.
I think it's very obvious from like the animes and like the pairings that I've told you I really like.
Oh my god, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, it's super obvious. I really adore the childhood friends to lovers trope. So Sayori and Natsuki just grew on me. But Monica, the thing is, I told Mateo as well. I like all four of them, but if I really had to choose, it would be between Natsuki and Sayori. Monica's a little too perfect for me. I'm like intimidated by her.
Oh really?
Wait. Monica's more of just like I want to be her, not be with her. If you know what I mean. Same with Yuri. She's just like, oh my god, she's so refined, she's so classy, and she likes dark horror literature as well.
I feel that about Yuri actually, like the I wish I was as cool as her kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But then
she gives me like,
oh, but silly, cute cupcakes. Yeah.
They're silly.
I wish I was more refined as I eat this cupcake.
Honestly, Anju reminds you of Yuri a little bit.
Yes, oh my god. Absolutely, holy shit.
And Kurena reminds you a bit more of like a mix between Natsuki and Sayori.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
and Shin's just...
I think when she's more comfortable with people, definitely a Natsuki, a Sayori, but like...
If you don't know about Vals, it's more of like a Natsuki personality.
The Natsuki personality, like the shyness is there.
Yeah, the tsundere. We like tsunderes, oh shit. We like the cutesy tsunderes.
No.
All of them are pretty, though they all scare me.
Monica weirds me out a bit. But that's because I'm still early into the game.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to finish the game. I finished like all 3 of their routes, so...
Oh wow.
I finished all of the possible combinations for each of their routes. I have been jump scared. I've been so scared. Cried. Tsunderes are cute. They're true though. Except for the fact that when they kick the fuck out of me. Like, no, please don't.
Wait, have you
save
done
my shit.
A route where you're like going for one person first and then switched midway?
Yeah, I've done it for all 3. In different orders as well. It was very fun. Okay, it's not very fun, but it was like, ooh.
When I switched from because the first day I was like all in on Yuri, and then I decided second day, boom, I switched completely to Natsuki, and then the next day
you are so
I talked to fucking Yuri, and she was like, I thought you were a better writer than this, Mateo. And I was like, and she's like, are you just changing this for a certain someone? And I'm like, oh fuck. Fuck, she got me.
He's been caught red-handed, guys.
I've been
He's
caught.
red-handed.
I've been caught pink-handed.
What are everyone's thoughts on Yandere's? What's your thoughts on Yandere's, Mateo?
Like actual yanderes?
I'm sure which Yandere's they're talking about, but I'm going to assume they're talking about.
Are we talking about
Like-
actual IRL people who act like yanderes, or are we talking about anime, fictional yanderes?
Yeah, like literal actual Yandere's IRL. Cause that's that, as you said, that's a whole different fucking spectrum of like reactions from the two of us, honestly.
Yeah. Like things that
Right.
are fun in fiction are rarely ever fun IRL. Like just look at your standard romantic comedy. Do some of that shit IRL, not gonna fly.
Bro, you're gonna get like arrested for like harassment.
Yeah.
Both? Okay, obviously IRL yanderes are just like a big no-no. Like
Yeah.
like genuinely like
That's how you get stalkers and shit.
Like, yeah, that's literally how you get stalkers and shit. And like would suggest a change of mindset, hopefully, because it's very indicative of a very unhealthy attachment style.
Yeah.
But if like fictional yanderes, I guess it's really based on like, I don't know, like I personally don't really like yanderes. Like I understand like the devotion part is like very cute. It's like technically in theory the devotion part is very cute. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, I only want you in my life, but like the actions that follow with this kind of twisted devotion is like not exactly
Yeah.
for me.
Even in fiction, they're kind of they're
Yeah.
either like scary enough and dangerous enough that I'm like actually worried, or they're just played for laughs, which actually kind of makes them feel hollow as characters.
Yeah.
Oh, there is one that I enjoyed though. I forgot the name
Ooh.
of the. I think it was a manga, but like, basically the premise was it's a guy and a girl, and they're both secretly yandere for each other.
Oh. Oh shit.
I think there was one. Okay, not secret. There, I don't think both are secretly. I think the girl knows he's into him. He's into her. But like, I remember there was this. Yeah, I think it was Yandere Alexander. There was this one panel where it was like the guy has like an entire like collage of pictures of her, and he's like, he has like an altar, he's like shrine, he's like, I love you so much, I love you so, and it pans out to a teddy bear on the back of his wall that was gifted from her, and it has a camera in it, and she's watching him through the camera. Is like, I love him so much. It's like,
Oh my god, wait. That sounds both terrifying and interesting at the same time. What the fuck?
yeah.
Yo, you need to find that manga name right the fuck now.
God, I
Honestly,
need to find it.
you do need to find it. Oh, I still need to find you the translated version of TGCF.
Oh
Still need
yeah.
to find you the translated versions. Yeah, I didn't forget. I'm trying to find you like the most accurate possible translation. I need to know your reactions to like certain arcs in the story, man.
Yes. Okay,
'Cause
wait.
I'm gonna be so for real. Yeah.
So
Oh my god, we've been
Danmei.
yapping for like an hour. Yeah, Danmei.
What is it
Danmei.
exactly? I just know it's
Okay,
literature,
how do
but
I-
like what kind?
Okay, how do I explain this? It's kind of like, okay, basically because this is more of like in the context of like Chinese literature and media, so these are stories where it's more focused on like the romantic relationship and development between the two male leads. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's because the term like 耽美
Uh-huh.
like in Chinese, like if you're saying it in Chinese, 耽美 actually translates to like, you know, like indulging yourself in beauty, like losing yourself in like beauty. And it's usually used in the context of BLs for danmei, because most if not all danmeis are BLs. So yeah, it's more just like, ooh, BLs. but Chinese.
That
and, like,
explains a bit.
Yeah, so like for example, TGCF, one of the more well-known ones, also the one I want to get you into, it's a BL.
Sure.
And I honestly, most danmes are more towards a women's audience, but honestly, there's some, there's one particular arc in TGCF that I really like. So I'm like, I
Yeah.
need to see your reaction to it
Okay.
because I genuinely cried so much at that arc. Like, you think I cried badly at 86? I cried like even more
But-
at that arc because I was so.
But
Yeah.
it's like a written word, as in like a novel.
Yeah, it's a written work and
Okay,
novel.
okay.
It's kind of like 86. They have a LN.
Yeah,
It's kind
yeah,
of like a
light
LN
novel.
one.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. Because I wasn't sure if there's like, oh, is it like mainly illustrations or like, you know, stuff like that.
No, it's a light novel.
Okay,
It's
good.
a novel series. Usually novel series.
All right, all right.
Of course,
Okay,
I
so
will introduce
another thing
novels.
is, it's not that like I was like ever against reading them. It's just, you know, generally I don't read. I don't read a
Yeah.
lot, guys. That's my secret. That's my dirty fucking secret, right? I've watched a bunch of anime so far. I've only read source material on 2 of them. So it probably shouldn't come as a shock to you. I've never read a BL.
Yeah, it wouldn't be surprising, honestly, for me.
Yeah. So this would be my first. It's my pop in my BL cherry.
Oh, ayo,
Hey
ayo.
yo, hey yo. Okay, wait. There is chat. How about kuderes? Kuderes are cute. I like kuderes.
Yeah, Kuder is cute, honestly.
Yeah. They're like what's it called? They're like a tough shell. And like when you just crack it and they're like all cute inside, it's like oh
And gooey.
yeah, cute and gooey. Squishy.
Your thoughts on
Squish
Daddy
them
Daddies?
Dere Dere? Wait, remind me what Dere Dere
Yeah.
is.
Daddy is more of just like they're super straightforward with their feelings. They're just like, I like this person, I like spending time with this person, I'm going to show that I like spending time with this person, that I like the presence of this person.
Bro, not gonna lie,
Very direct.
I think I'm pretty, or at least for the people I really like care about, I'm kind of Dere Dere, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah. I just think it's a fun way to live, honestly. Just,
I
like, I get it. Sometimes you get hurt and whatnot, but like, you know, sometimes you just feel like there's a lot of
Fun.
love to give, and like people deserve it as well. Like, if you know, it feels nice to be loved, and if it's like, yeah, why not tell people, you know, that you really appreciate them.
Yee.
And obviously, when I say like dere dere, I'm not just saying like romantic love, but like also like in general for like platonic relationships as well.
Yeah. A lot of people tend to like think of like the daddies in like just romantic stereotypes. I'm just like, but what about the platonic relationships as well? They're
Exactly.
so cute. Platonic relationships are absolutely underrated, guys. I honestly love, compared to like a good, like compared to like a romantic plot, sometimes I just really like, you know, like in series, I really like seeing like well-written, strong platonic bonds. I find it so
Oh
cute.
god,
Like,
yes.
like especially when they're well-written and well-developed, I'm just like, yes, give me more of this shit. Give me more of this shit. I love it so much.
Yeah. And,
It's
you know,
besties being besties, and I love it.
in my opinion, platonic better than romantic relationship. Yeah. And you can have more of them, unless you're like me, in which you can also have more of the other.
Lesbian.
Okay, wait.
Poly.
Let's scroll back up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Press 1 if someone prefers 2D. No, I like real people.
Women.
X. Is it that pretty historical Chinese one? When we were talking about PCGF?
Honestly, most Danmi. Danmi, I feel like she was talking about, Shrimpy was talking about TGCF, because TGCF is one of the more prominent ones, along with Modao Zushi. So I would assume that it is that. And also a Scum Villain self-saving system. Those 3 are like the
I've heard
big
of that
3
one too,
Danmis.
damn.
Go on.
Yeah, Shizhen Self Savings. Those three are the big three, honestly, in terms of like danmes. I think most people know those three the most. Then afterwards is like probably like what Erha stuff that's written by Meatban and stuff like that. But yeah, I would assume that she's talking about TGCF because TGCF actually has like the most beautiful covers sometimes. Like, I if there's any TGCF readers in the chat, I have like the elusive volume 4 where it's not them hugging on the desk, it's them kissing on the desk, and I'm just like, haha, I fucking won. I fucking won. Yeah, I can show it to you later. I can
Wait,
actually
like,
take a picture and show
wait,
you.
what's the story behind? Like, it was like a reprint or something like that?
No, because it got censored. The
Oh.
so they had to reprint it with
Oh
like
my god.
quote
They're
unquote
hugging.
PG version. Like oh my god, they're hugging on the desk, but the original one is just literally like full blown kissing on the desk. I'm just
face.
like literally sucking face though. Wait, let me grab it and take a look.
Go ahead.
Let me see. They're literally sucking face. Like I'm not even joking. Hand placement's wild as well.
Damn.
But yeah, I can show it to you later. It's nothing like
Yeah.
explicit, but it's more just like ooh,
Oh,
spicy.
Ah, one brain cell.
Spicy.
Wanted to get it when I was at the bookstore last. If it's the one I'm thinking it is it really good? You mentioned solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
There's the orange and red for it. Historians would say they're just friends. Historians go either one of two ways. Either they're roommates or they're secret lovers.
They're in a committed relationship.
Yeah, there's no in between.
There's absolutely no in between.
Yeah.
Alexa, play Secret Love Song.
Wait, so another question I have about Danmaze. It feels like a lot of them are set in like medieval-ish.
Yeah,
setting?
in like they're all historical.
Ah, okay. Is that
Danmaze
usually the case?
I mean, for most of the more popular danmes, it is usually historical for some reason. I have no idea why. I think people just really like seeing like the historical like things, historical like especially like the historical like gods and like underworld stuff kind of thing, which is why like those were
like mythological.
Yeah, like they really like mythological aspects of it because it's like fantasy and boys kissing. Whoa!
Yes, sir.
Blown. But yeah, a lot of them tend to be there's also actually a lot of wuxia, which is like more of like martial arts novels, like those like they get mixed up with danme sometimes actually, like, and some danmes are actually based on like have wuxia like themes in them, so it also gets mixed up sometimes.
So if someone were to like write something similar to a danme but it's like a modern setting, would that be considered a danme or no?
It's still a danme. It's still like basically like Chinese literature with like BL elements in it.
I see. Good to know.
Literature is literature.
I can hear you slamming on your desk.
Literature is literature.
Okay. Okay.
Good book is good book.
You wanna continue the last one?
Hell fucking yeah. We can wrap it up there.
Before we do, okay, go and entertain the chat. I need to get water. I've run out of water.
Go.
And so did my house.
No! There's a shortage of water, guys. Maybe that's why he keeps asking me to watch 86. He just wants me to cry so that I can replenish his water supply.
I just drink your tears. I legit live next to the ocean.
No, just like imagine like just now I'm just imagining like like those cups where it's just like, oh, it's the tears of my blank. Now I'm just imagining Mateo holding like tears of Sal and just drinking it while he's watching me watch 86.
Nice. Delicious Celeste tears.
Because I'm not joking, by the way. Mateo can attest to this. I cried so badly over 86. Like I think there was like at least 1 or 2 episodes. Take your time. There were at least like 1 or 2 episodes where I was actually full-blown sobbing on VC, and Mateo had to like comfort me. He was just like, yo, Sal, breathe in, breathe out. It's gonna be okay. And I'm just sitting there like, but the plot twist. But yeah. Guys, we've cracked it. We've cracked the code. We've cracked the code. That's why he's been pulling me down the 86 rabbit holes. that's why he wants to drink my tears. Not only am I his pastry chef, I am also his new water supply. Okay, all jokes aside, though, I really enjoyed. Like, I so far I have really been enjoying like watching 86 and Mateo, because fun fact, I guess both of us are like very detail oriented when it comes to like animes. So we really like looking at small details, and 86 has so many small little details that hint towards like future plot lines. And sometimes it's just like, oh god damn it, why didn't we catch it? I was just like, or like Mateo has fun watching me grasping at straws, finding out like the future plot lines, like. And also it's so funny to him whenever I guess something extremely right. Like there's literally one meme where he made was just like, I made like the most uncanniest prediction ever based off of one gut feeling, and that theory ended up being true. And he was just like, Sal, what the fuck? Oh, did you watch this anime before? I'm just like, no, I'm going in completely blind. Didn't even search up the anime on Google. Don't even know their names. I don't even know like the storyline. I haven't even touched one of the novel books before. I just had a gut feeling. I told him that, and my gut feeling was right. And now I still have currently like 5 unsolved theories that I'm waiting for the season finale to like reveal if my theory is right. And I have a sinking gut feeling that it is, and I am prepared to cry. Food and water and friendship, that's the greed they talk about in the Bible, I swear. Yeah, because I am his pastry chef. Hello, welcome back. I am your pastry chef, aren't I? I make you muffins.
I'm telling you,
Blueberry
she has like,
cheesecakes.
okay, I'll tell you this. You have like maybe 3 major predictions, I think. 3 to 5-ish. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think most of them
Yeah,
are at
5.
least partially or very close to correct.
You can't see my face right now, but I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit.
But you do get some stuff wrong, which is fine. But like you always get like at least an aspect of it correct. Like abilities, right? From
Yeah.
that
No,
one.
that caught me so off guard. I was like, what? That caught me off guard when they revealed it. I was just like, wait, I actually got that right?
Yeah, I was like,
what the?
when you were saying it, it's like, what the fuck? How? Why? Off of a gut feeling just because she looks like a certain way?
Because the way she carried herself was like in a way of a person beyond her years. I was just like, okay, so if it's like that,
yeah.
and the subtle glances she kept like throwing to the cast, I was just like, her ability probably works from her eyes, and judging by the way that she kept staring at one particular like character and one specific part of that character, I was like,
that
okay, it's probably this or that.
Because to be fair, the other person who has abilities is like also wise beyond their years for like very terrible reasons.
Yeah. Exactly. It's trauma, guys. It's fucking trauma. I'm telling you.
Alright. I'm ready whenever you are. We are going through
Wait, I lied, I'm not ready.
Okay. We're going through the next tale. Unforgettable. That's what you are.
My Google Doc closed. Give me a moment. It needs to reload. We yapped for so long, it's like currently like fucking reloading. I don't need... Oh, there you are. There you are. Where are you? There. Oh my god.
There's
what?
A lot.
Okay.
Most of the last parts is yours, but I got a big bunch of it in the center as well.
I look at the first part and like, whoa. Okay. Oh wait, I started. Wait, I'm not supposed to say okay. I'm supposed to start the thing.
Yeah.
Wait, I need context clues. Who the fuck is saying this?
Oh, Marion Wheeler again.
Oh, it's Sassy Lady.
Okay,
so I can be sassy. Wee. Oh, it's finished. Lynn Marinus is more than 19 years old and hasn't stood at his full height in 10. He was a tower of a man in his prime, 2 meters tall and built like a boxer. Nearly nobody he ever met was able to look at him straight in the eye. At least not, and tell him no. Illness had gradually eaten away at that over the years. He feels as if he lives at the bottom of a deep bath. Everybody he ever meets looking down at him from slippery, unscalable walls. none of them able to reach down to help him. He spent his final months crumpled up in bed like a dying spider, changing to a corpse's color ahead of time. It might have been bearable if he'd lost his mind, but he remembers what he used to be. A leader, a powerhouse. He used to be able to alter the course of terrible events for the better, to get justice. He used to protect people. Well, you can wake up now. But there's a warm wind through his thin, colorless hair, and there's direct sunlight coming down on him now, and the heat is filling him up like a tonic. He's outside. It's been too long since he was last outside. When he opens his eyes, he sees his lake, the one in the northwest which he used to have all to himself every summer. He's on a boat. His boat. Lying on a blanket laid on the deck. A few kilometers away behind them is the little lake house, empty. It's perfect. He didn't know he had the strength left to safely leave the hospital, let alone travel this far. But if he'd put his mind to it and selected the final moment, this might have been it. Wait. I lost the page.
Oh no.
I fucking lost it. There we go. Do you remember me?
Marnus looks, with eyes which are strengthening. The woman speaking is seated on the deck beside him, attentive. She has a large plastic box full of medical supplies open in front of her, and a light suit jacket laid on the deck beside him. And she has her sleeves rolled up so she can work. As he watches, she carefully disposes of a needle. A dim memory surfaces and starts taking shape. The woman is twice as old now as when he knew her last, and visibly twice as confident. It would be difficult to forget her. He taught her everything everything he could remember at the time. He remembers her as a field agent. He remembers sending her through hell, fistful of times. Marion.
Oh, the woman softly explains. You died. You died surrounded by grieving family. They loved you very much, and they cried over you. The funeral for the fake is in a few days, but unfortunately you won't be able to see it yourself. You're dead now, and this is what comes next.
Marion Hutchinson. Marnus feels gold spreading through his bones. Miracle juice.
It's Wheeler now, but she doesn't correct him. When you retired from the Foundation now, we did what we do to all of us who retire. What all of us agree to when we sign up. We gave you some medicine which made you forget. As you stepped out of the door for the last time, all the work you did for us, great work which saved lives, evaporated away, and your cover story sealed over those years became reality. That's why you spent your whole retirement believing that you were a former section chief at the FBI. What you wanted, what we wanted, it's what you agreed to. But you alone agreed to something else as well. You must be starting to remember now what that something else was. I've injected you with a serum which throws the human aging process into hard reverse, and it affects everything. Organs, tissues, memories. You'll be coming up on it soon. Remember?
Marnus croaks, remembering, dizzy.
You signed over your final 12 hours to us. You asked for a full and happy and well-deserved retirement. But now, for the last day, you work for us again because of one particular job. I have it in writing here, you see. Do you recognize your signature? And mine? I witnessed.
Yes.
Do you remember who you are?
Dr. Lynn Patrick Marnus. The Foundation. Antimemetics Division Founder.
Wheeler smiles with relief. It's good to see him again. We need some memories from you. Memories which nobody else in the world has access to, and which are buried so deeply that we can't extract them without killing you. So this afternoon, that's what we're going to do. We're going to extract those memories. Once you're done, you'll be dead.
Marnus had already begun to regress to the time when he himself set this wheel in motion. He remembers, very clearly, discovering the mystery in his own head, the blank spots which he couldn't explain, and couldn't safely access with any kind of chemical or physical technique. He remembers deferring the mystery until now.
What happened in 1976?
Marnus sits up. His skin is beginning to clear and his breathing is improving. He feels as if his brain is cleaved in two by a wormhole, such that his eyes are focusing on different time periods. In his right eye, he sees the lake and the boat he's dying on. In his left, he sees a collage of electrifyingly familiar past faces and places. Bart Hughes, with his grin and thick glasses and baby face, looking like some kid dressed up as a Foundation researcher. The original Site-48 crew. Great techs, but a hopeless excuse for a softball team. Young Marion, with steel-strong nerves and a mind like a laser. Suits and lab coats and MTF operatives, and everywhere, paperwork, floods of serial numbers. He starts to speak. 1976 was the year he founded the division. He brainstormed the whole thing in one legendary week, hammering out the science and then distilling the first chemical nestic with the help of a hand-picked trio of assistants. The first Antimemetics researchers. No Antimemetic SCPs had even been observed up to the point. The entire operation was a shot in the dark. And yet the team immediately struck gold. Passive black holes of information, active predatory infovores, unrememberable worms which covered the human skin like dust mites, contagious bad news, self-sealing secrets, living murders, Chinatown.
Wheeler wonders if there might be something more seriously awry with Marnus's head. His version of events is hopelessly romantic. In Wheeler's experience, nobody looks back on Foundation work fondly.
But it was all too fast. Special containment procedures take time to develop, much more time than I took. The Foundation as a whole acquires about a dozen new SCPs annually. I found that many in 1 year, essentially single-handedly. It was too easy. It was as if I knew it all already and was just catching up. And then, one day I realized I couldn't remember my life before Antimemetics. I knew I'd been a Foundation operative for decades prior. That was where I got the authority to start my own division. But there was nothing else there. It was a wall in my mind, which even Nestics couldn't get me past. I went to the paper archives and looked at my own personnel file and Marnus trails off. Not because he's forgotten what to say next. It's deliberate. The trailing off is exactly what happened.
You woke up at your desk half a working day later, remembering nothing. You went through the loop a dozen times before someone realized what was happening and broke you out of it. Wheelers knows all of this. The file still exists, and the antimemetic effect still clouds the back half of it. All of this would be over in a second if any of that back half could be read.
When I assembled the evidence, what I found was, well, a hole. Like a jigsaw with only the edges and corners. So I did the only thing I could do. I looked at the shape of the hole, and together with Bart Hughes and others, I formed a theory. This is not the first Antimemetics division. Before 1976, there was another one. I was part of that division, possibly. And I led it. Certainly, I'm the only known survivor of it. Something happened to that team. Some anti-memetic force chewed up and swallowed the idea of Antimemetics division itself. I was let off lightly. I lived. The rest of those people, whoever they were, however many of them there were, are missing. without a trace.
This much we know already. I was there when you wrote the note, remember? The question is known. The answer that we can't get to without killing you. The answer that we waited all these years to get at. I'm here to ask you, what happened?
Marnus covers his right eye and grimaces, trying. He fails. It's not there. You haven't sent me back far enough. There's still that wall there in my head. I remember why the question exists, but I don't remember the answer. I need more.
Wheeler swaps his arm and gives him another 10 years.
I forgot to add this. I'm gonna read this. Footnote. Excerpt from document 180047-109-L4799-098, User's Guide to Chemical Nestics. The Class X nestic drug is a failed eternal youth serum. X rejuvenates both mind and body by up to redacted years, but its effects are temporary, wearing off in a matter of hours. Furthermore, as the drug wears off, the suppressed time reasserts itself all at once, causing a harmful whiplash effect on the subject's physiology. X can rejuvenate an individual safely by up to 30 days, but with stronger doses, the whiplash effect becomes dangerous, and past the threshold of 16 to 18 months, it is fatal in all known subjects. X's restorative effects on the human memory is essentially a side effect of all of this. However, this side effect is so useful that it has become the drug's main practical purpose. The Antimemetics division uses small doses of X to temporarily sharpen or restore memories from the recent past. This aids Foundation operatives in the accurate recall of incidents involving memory-corrupting entities. End of footnote. Marnus seems like another man once the second X dose takes effect. Wrinkles are sliding back up into his face. Muscle mass is returning to his limbs, but it takes Wheeler a second to realize the real reason why. She's just booted him back across the field and desk agent transition. Marnus has regressed a little way past senior management, the realm where most problems were solved by saying the correct words, and into a time where he survived through physical fitness, situational alertness, and hands-on experience. Marnus gets to his feet for the first time in years. He scans his surroundings, examining the placid golden lake and the sky and the boat itself. He doesn't sit down again. He smooths down his hospital gown, wishing he had a sweater and, separately, some fishing gear. He brushes his hand through new, old hair. His sideburns are back. We weren't Foundation at first, he says. The first Antimemetics division was a US Army project. Wait, hold on. US Army project. It ran parallel with Manhattan during World War II. We called ourselves the Unthinkables. It began as an experiment in advanced propaganda. The objective was to cut through the physical conflict and find a way to rupture the ideological machine, to obliterate the idea of Nazism. After 2 years, enough theory had been developed that the task had been reduced to an engineering problem. Another 2 years and the engineering problem had been reduced as well, and what we had built was a very special kind of bomb. Unfortunately, we didn't understand what we'd built. Back then, we didn't have the nestics or the shielding that we could use to protect ourselves. We didn't understand how far ahead you need to think when you're working with this kind of technology. We got looped. It was textbook. We built the unthinkable bomb and test detonated it, and it worked perfectly. The bomb destroyed itself and erased its own successful detonation and flattened all the knowledge which had gone together to build it. We forgot that we had ever built the bomb at all and started over. To our credit, we realized pretty quickly what must have happened. There was a 4-year gap in our progress now, and there was no other way to explain it. But by the time we put the pieces together the second time, the war was almost over. The Nazis had been defeated by conventional means, and the Japanese had been broken by the first atomic bombings. So we completed the second antimemetic bomb, and after that, we sat on it.
Silent for a long moment. The US Army, she says doubtfully, was secretly developing antimemetic weaponry as early as the 1940s.
We sure were, Marnus says, with more than a hint of pride.
Of course, there is no one in the whole world who could back this up.
That's right, Marnus says, flashing a smile he hasn't flashed in decades. You only have my word for it. Cute, huh? Still, this is why you resurrected me, isn't it? For the sake of one more good war story. God, I've missed shop talk.
I resurrected you because I want a very specific question answered. Although, I can see that, in a way, you've already answered it. This bomb was the means, wasn't it? The old Antimemetics division
The Unthinkables.
bombed themselves, somehow.
That's right.
From context, I assume that they knew what they were doing that time. I assume it was not an accident.
It was not. The displaced half of Marnus's brain is anchored in the 70s now. So the true history of the new, original Unthinkables is an open book to him. And he reads, after the war, the second bomb collected dust for years. He began sketching improved designs for a third bomb, but around that time oversight was starting to flicker out. We completed our research and production objectives. We were given no further objectives. Funding became shaky and we couldn't figure out why. It wasn't entirely clear that the project overseers knew what we were doing, or even that they remembered we existed. It was a side effect from the research, of course, one we had no way of managing at the time. In 1951, a cult movement began in Ojai, California. It was wrong. Everything about it was just wrong. In a matter of days, it was a national phenomenon and still growing. It was all over the news. To spread that far in months would have been incredible, but days was simply impossible. We, in the team, could see that the philosophy behind the cult was unnaturally contagious. It was the opposite of unthinkable. It was unforgettable. We knew that this was what our bomb was designed for. We prompted the overseers for direction, but there were no orders. At the time that the outbreak began, we were a US Army laboratory, through and through. 8 days into the crisis, the Foundation acquired us. All the classified research, all the material resources, and all the compliant top staff, including me. Anybody who wouldn't comply was mind-wiped and sent back to the army. 20 hours after the acquisition, we deployed the second bomb and the cult was gone. Nobody remembered it. Nobody remembered being part of it. Zero loss of life. A completely clean detonation. After that is when everything really kicked off. Once we started working for the Foundation, the pace of research ramped up. Every new technological advancement uncovered new hidden SCPs. I passed the Foundation field exams and went out catching ghosts. My life turned into the Twilight Zone. Marnus blinks hard. He covers one of his eyes, then the other. I remember all these different people now. Feels like my memory's in stereo. Almost every antimemetic SCP we caught before the wipe in 76. We caught again soon after the wipe. That means I remember 2 acquisition logs for each one. I remember 2 antimemetics teams, and I don't remember who belongs on which side of the wall. Do you remember Goldie Yarrow, the neurologist? Studied the mechanism of anomalously accelerated memory loss. Wrote a library on the subject.
Wheeler doesn't.
Dr. Ojobiru, Julie Still.
Oh, this is important. Are you at the right place in your own timeline to remember what happened yet?
Marnus focuses. He discovers that he is. Something changes in his eyes as he slops, reminiscing. He speaks more slowly now, his voice dropping almost to a whisper. There is an SCP which your division has never seen. The SCP which my division couldn't contain. The escapee. This is what you wanted, isn't it, Marion?
Yes. This is the data I'm killing you for. She leaves a gap where, if she felt there was anything to apologize for, she would apologize.
Marnus locks eyes with her. It was eating my division alive. It came at us so hard and fast that the only way we could stop it was to self-destruct. But we had no sight nuke, and in retrospect it was obvious to me now. That was because the SCP had consumed our sight nuke first of all. If you know it exists, it knows you exist. The more you know about it, the more it knows about you. If you can see it, it can see you. And you can see it. You've been looking at it all afternoon.
Wait, pause.
Take your time.
Marion,
We'll pause.
Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, you were playing before your eyes. How was the stream? I hope you're doing well. Me and Nadia are currently doing like a little like VAing session on some of the SCP entries. you raided in when it was my part. So if you need to raid and run, also understandable. But if you want to, feel free to stay and lurk with the rest of the chat, or you can also chat with us as well. Mwahahaha. Yee. Wait. It's my turn. Thank you so much for the raid again, by the way, Ariane. Do whatever you need to do after stream, decompress, rest well. Also Kade for the stream. Wait, where was I? Oh, there. Wheeler is suddenly acutely aware of her surroundings. There are only 2 of them on the boat. The boat is anchored more than a kilometer away from any of the lake shores. She hasn't brought any backup with her. There's a radioactive prickling in her brain. She doesn't. Red flag. Why did I bring any backup with me? That doesn't make sense. There should be a team at the lake house. There should be an MTF operative and a medic here on the boat with me. And the second boat. At minimum. What? Am I all alone out here? Why did I do that? She pulls her gun, but doesn't aim it at Marnus yet. Where is it? Is it in you?
Marnus's voice is becoming urgent. He covers both of his eyes again. Destroying all knowledge of it was the only way to destroy it. And restoring my memories was a foolproof way of bringing it back.
Eyes. Most likely his left eye. Wheeler backs up to the other side of the boat, draws a bead on the center of Marnus's head, and says, "Well, are you still in there?"
There's a way to fix this, Marnus hisses, dropping to his knees. He keeps his eyes screwed up and gropes his way forward blindly on his hands and knees.
"Al, you need to tell me what this thing is."
That's the opposite of what we need to do, Marnus says. You need to set another bomb off.
We don't have that bomb. We lost that technology. Wheeler begins.
You've always had it. There's an engineering lab in Site 41. You know it. An underground complex the size of a football field. Pristine condition. Totally disused. Why? Think about it. That's where your bomb's installed.
But that just sets us back to square one. If I set the bomb off, Wheeler says, knowing full well that she is thousands of kilometers from it and can't hope to reach it in time anyway. How do we contain this thing?
We won't, Marnus shouts. We can't. Ever. Don't you get it? The whole division is looped. We start the division. We run headlong into this thing. And either it eats us or we wipe ourselves out in self-preservation. The idea of anti-memes is as old as forgetfulness itself. Humans have been looping through this problem over and over again since long before the 40s, maybe for centuries. His blindly probing fingers find the medical box. It's too late. As Wheeler watches, a waving black pedipalp, coated in dark hairs, forces its way through Marnus's left eye. Marnus screams, still on his knees. He grasps the pedipalp with both hands and tries to break it, but it's solid, as if it has bones inside it.
What is it? Wheeler shouts at him. That can't be the whole story. Sorry, I'm back.
Everything good?
Yeah, everything good.
Alright.
Where was it? Oh,
What
there.
is it?
What is it? Wheeler shouts at him. That can't be the whole story. Where is it from? What does it want? Can it reason? Can it speak?
A second spider leg, significantly longer and spindlier, slides out through Marnus's trachea, ruining his throat and voice box, and producing a gout of blood. He gurgles. A third leg shoots from his abdomen like a spear.
Wheeler shoots Marnus in the head. Marnus falls forward, limp, then rises back up, lifted by the 3 spider appendages as if he's a puppet being controlled by something gigantic and invisible. His arms raised as if suspended by wires. Wheeler squints. She fires 4 more shots over Marnus's head with the likely body mass of the invisible puppeteer, and fires the rest of a clip almost directly into the sky. The whole boat vibrates along with the surface of the lake, as if responding to infrasound or a localized earthquake. Then, the boat shudders violently and starts to lift out of the water, raised by more unseen appendages. Wheeler holsters a gun and goes for the medical box herself, pulling it away. Wait, I can't see. Pulling it away from Marnus's floating feet. There's a compartment with Class B amnestic, the fast-acting stuff, in serum form. She does a hurried burst of mental arithmetic, measures out the correct dosage in the strange end, hand shaking, plunges it in the wrist vein. The boat is still rising. Whatever the monster is, it's colossally tall. Or maybe it flies. She is, of course, already dosed up to the eyeball with amnestic drugs. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to perceive any of this. Foundation medical literature warns in the strongest possible terms against putting both kinds of drug into the same brain. Best case scenarios, this ends with her in the hospital. They're 30 meters up in the air now, 10 stories. There's a stabbing pain developing in her left eye. She kicks her shoes off and throws the gun away. She goes to the edge and contemplates the drop for a disbelieving second. She jumps. It takes 2 heart-stopping seconds of free fall for her to hit the water. The chilled hammer blow of the impact is enough to blank her mind out. By the time she surfaces, she doesn't remember where she fell from or why. And likewise, skyscraper-sized being which claimed Marnus and the boat has forgotten about her. What the hell? She gasps, treading water. What the hell? Where the hell? There's nothing above her. No explanation. Only the symptoms of the drug cocktail give her any indication of what just happened. A sensation like hundreds of tiny lumps of hot soda in the brain. And pain and exhaustion spreading to all of her tendons. She wants to die. Twim, says part of her. Get to shore first. Then you can die.
The extraction team finds her around dusk, unconscious on the lake shore. They stabilize her in the helicopter, then take her to Site 41 for examination and have her system flushed. He spends a solid 8 days at home, detoxifying. No nestics, no amnestics, no exposure to dangerous memory-corrupting SCPs, no work visitors, no work, the doctor also tells her, pointlessly. It isn't anywhere near the first missing event in Wheeler's life, nor is she the first person in the Antimemetic staff to have such an experience. But the sensation is no less disturbing for its familiarity. As per procedure, she writes a report summarizing everything she can remember. The gap in her memory is about 13 hours.
Then she adds to her report she adds her report to the extensive, complex map of missing time which the whole division maintains collectively. It is a map of holes, and the map is becoming large enough that very faint patterns are gradually forming. The outline of an enemy is becoming visible, or perhaps a group of enemies. When she quizzes the extraction team later, none of them remember who activated the emergency beacon which summoned them. In fact, the beacon itself cut out long before they landed at the lake. Wheeler compares the current size of a division with her best estimate of what it should be. Maybe she needs a few more key people here and there. So, assuming the division was fully staffed before the event, maybe those empty rows are the people who died this time around. Maybe one of them activated the beacon. A commendable act by someone now only known to exist because of that single act. Still weeks later, that Wheeler discovers the largest new hole in her memory. Who founded the division? When?
Yeah.
It's the footnotes. Wee! Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Oh, that's the footnote at the back.
Yeah, that I wrote earlier because it gets mentioned later on, earlier on.
I don't like spiders.
I don't like spiders. Yeah,
I don't like
it's
spiders,
fucking
Jesus
creepy.
Christ. Bro, it just burst out of him. What the fuck?
Yep, and he just started fucking floating out of nowhere.
Bro, what the? I just closed my tab. Whoops. Nope, it's back on. Nothing happened, chat.
Alright, thoughts?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. This is the first time. This is the first time I've seen her fucking scared.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
Bruh. What the? I have not fully processed this story at all. I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah. Like, this guy is just telling me fucking stories about every time they try to make a group about studying antimemetics, they just keep looping over and over and over again.
And it never stops. The cycle never stops.
Every
Jesus
time
fucking
they
Christ.
run into this thing. Every time this thing eats their division alive.
Literally.
Yeah.
And mentally. Jesus fucking Christ.
Everyone's gone, and there's no one else to tell them about this thing that's waiting at the maw of the next anti-memetics division come along.
And we're fucked. We're fucked, chat. We're fucked. We're fucking fucked. No one fucking knows who we don't even know who founded the division anymore. Jesus.
Yeah. Gone from history.
He's gone. History does not have its eyes on you.
God.
Jesus.
This actually reminds me a lot of, like, I think it was yeah, some other like Doctor Who storylines.
Wait, really?
Yeah. There was one arc which was focused on this sort of like crack in reality and time. And I remember there was a scene where one of the characters was aware of the changes that this thing was doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was surrounded by, there's this very vivid scene in me, is like she was surrounded by like a bunch of soldiers who were there to protect her, like 4 or so. And then they saw this light coming from the distance. It was basically that crack in time, right? And they said, okay, one of you go check it out. They go. And then the captain speaks up again. Hey, you, go check that out. And then the girl realizes, wait, shouldn't we wait for your other guy to come back here? Like, what other guy? There's only 3 of us. Like, every person who gets like eaten by this maw just completely erases from history and memory. And like this, and like one of the main characters, well, the main characters were the only ones who were able to like remember the changes, essentially.
Holy shit.
Eventually it was just one guy left, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go check it out, okay? And stay right there, I'll be right back. It's just so fucking, it's like a horror show. It just kept going one by one.
Jesus Christ, what the? Wait, that's such an interesting plotline, but also that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I can't even remember your comrades. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna just head out for a bit. I'm gonna explore the place, and then 2 minutes later, you're like, who are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh, this
Jesus.
also reminds me. Sorry for like spoilers and Doctor Who, guys, but like you guys should have just watched it. Anyway, so there was. You remember that in the previous article where it's like, you don't have a fucking assistant. Look, Brent. I like how he just says his fucking name. You don't have an assistant, Brent.
Have assistant.
Look,
Brent.
look. Where would your assistant even sit? You know.
On your
like,
head.
Yeah, it's like, and I remember there was that scene in Doctor Who where I didn't even think about it before, but like he comes across this little girl who lives alone, all alone in a house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she lives all alone in this house in like London or whatnot, blah blah blah, and like later on, like encounters her again later in life, etc., and she becomes like the Doctor's companion, and
Mhm.
eventually realizing. Why was she living alone? What happened to her parents?
Oh.
Like, I didn't even think of that. Like when that happened, it was like a season or two before, and it basically figured out that basically her parents got eaten by that maw.
And she doesn't
She doesn't
and
even
she doesn't
remember.
even realize it.
Yeah. Doesn't
'Cause
even
oh
realize
my,
that it's weird that she lives all alone without any parents. Like she's not in an orphanage. She wasn't like taken in by other family members.
she was just in a house.
Yeah.
Alone.
All alone.
What the fuck? All the fuck alone. Jesus Christ.
It's scary.
You know what else is scary?
Yeah.
It's almost fucking 12.
Okay, yeah. Holy shit, yeah. I need to sleep.
Me too. I have fucking work tomorrow.
Oh no. Alright. Putting me back. Oh, on my SCP loading screen.
I just put you next to my model.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, Rin, thank you for the raid. Holy shit.
Holy crap.
Holy shit. You did come in when I was about to end the stream, but holy shit, thank you so much for the raid. Hello raiders, welcome into the chat. Hello Cells, how's this?
Oh, I think I closed my shared chat.
Yeah, you closed your shared chat like between
Yeah,
the
so sorry.
But hello, welcome to the stream.
It's
No,
fine,
it's
we're
okay, don't
almost done.
apologize. You're almost anyway. Hello, welcome into the stream. Me and Mateo are actually reading over and viewing over some of the SCP stories that he was introducing to me actually. Yeah. So, if you don't know me already, hello, I am Selzatsun. I am your Celestial Karmic Star Guide VTuber, and beside me, this dashing fellow right here is the
Hello.
young master Mateo Elfidel. He's my best friend. And
Hi.
yeah, we were both just doing a few readings, like a little podcast for our chats. I don't know why he left the chat, but it's okay. He's here
I
with us.
accidentally
Look at
closed the
him.
tab.
You guys closed it, but it's okay. Oh, we were playing Cardfight Vanguard. How was it? Are you winning? Are you winning, son? Did you win? But again, thank you so much for the raid. Holy shit. Yo.
Holy crap, that's a lot of people.
I'm scared. I'm very scared. Hello, raiders. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. If you need to raid and run, I totally understand, but you can also stay by us. Stay for a little while. We are ending the stream like soon. So sorry for you guys to raid into like an almost ending stream as well.
It's so late for us. It's almost midnight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like almost midnight for us. We were like about to end the stream. Go rest. Yeah, we will soon. No scare, they're all resting to late night comfy streams for real. But yeah, on that note, I think wait, why not is there anyone that you want to rate, Mateo? Is there anyone you want to rate?
Why don't we say fuck it and raid Marie?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, fuck it. Let's go and raid Mari. So, although you guys did join us at a time where we were about to end, unfortunately, but you can always catch more of our shenanigans as well because we are perpetually collabing. We're
Yeah.
perpetually seeing each other's chat as well.
Actually,
So
what do we have
we-
next lined up?
We have It Takes Two
Yeah,
on the Tuesdays.
right. It Takes Tuesdays.
It Takes Tuesdays, yeah. We always have It Takes Tuesdays. Then, sometimes he also just randomly kidnaps me for repo. He's probably gonna kidnap me more for SCP as well.
She says this, but most of the time she's the one who kidnaps me.
Shh, the chat doesn't need to know.
She just
yeah,
tosses
again,
her hair
some-
at me and I just can't do anything about it.
Real, because if I toss my hair and he doesn't accept it, I'm gonna toss him out of the banner.
No, not my own manner.
Danilo, not even Danilo can save you now.
No.
But yeah, Rain, thank you so much for trusting your chat with me. I will put you and your chat as well as my chat into the safe hands of Mari Mist, who is probably is she playing League
She's
of
still playing
Legends?
League of Legends.
She's still playing League of Legends. Mari Mist is our mutual best friend as well. She's currently playing League of Legends. I will leave you in the safe hands of our little flower. And again, thank you so much for joining us into this. It was fun being honestly and reading and just generally yapping with you guys. Was indeed. Mateo, come back, where are you?
I'm here. Damn, that was a big raid right at the end. It's too bad.
That was a
We
humongous raid.
we just finished all of your
Yeah, but
You know?
again, thank you so much for the read. Yeah.
We could probably we should schedule another reading as well. This was really fun.
Yes. Yes.
Though honestly,
Next Friday?
it also feels like an excuse to yap.
It is. It's literally an excuse for us to like yap on stream.
Exactly. Gosh.
But yes, because it is also midnight anyway, so the both of us are like EP as well. Honestly, I think.
Oh,
You
I
can hear our
am
brains shutting
wide
down.
awake but shutting down, if that makes sense.
Okay, I'm EP. Okay, I'm EP, and I have work tomorrow.
Oh god, yeah.
I will link my Discord here, so feel free and my socials are also all linked there. For Mr. Mateo Elfidel over here, you can find him and his socials over on the linked on my page, and obviously he's also one of the featured channels on my page, so you will also be able to find him very easily. But yeah, I think that was where we'll be ending it off